Baymarin.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for their honor flight today at gslhonorflight.org. And for HVAC services, aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Well, it's Thursday, October 30th, trick-or-treat day for some of us. Not for you. Do you Collinsville folks trick-or-treat on Thursday night?
No, we're traditionalists.
You're traditionalists? Yeah, I believe that. In Edwardsville and that area, I know there are other ones that do trick-or-treat on Thursday night. That's what the Fry family will be doing this evening. So we really want to get to the bottom of it. And Wiggins America Today at 12:45 is the best way to do cat makeup.
Well, it's one of the topics.
The question, the reason why I lead with this is because this could go one of two ways. This could be like the cat eye, sexy kind of makeup, or it could be makeup on cats.
I kind of left it that way on purpose because I didn't want you to know.
Well, tune in to 12:45. Don't go anywhere for 40 minutes.
It's the first thing I'll tell you, I promise. But it's at 12:45.
But wait. The Democrat shutdown, the Republican shutdown, the government shutdown, it's still going. 30 days into this sucker, and we're asking you today on the YouTube live chat poll, who gets the blame for the government shutdown? Republicans, Democrats, both parties are just keep the whole thing shut. We've got some comments coming into the YouTube live chat right now. Vicky said that she thinks it's Democrats. I wanted to choose keep it shut, too. Okay. Doug said, I voted Republicans, but he didn't give a reason why. Ender said, who's actually going to get the blame? Republicans. Who should get the blame because they're the ones at fault? Democrats. My selection, keep it shut. Way to cover your bases, Ender. I appreciate that. And Quick Rick says, I believe both parties are culpable, not in the acute sense. That belongs to the rebel Democrats who are out of power and simply wanting to find a foothold in the power struggle. So if you'd like to vote in our poll today, we're taking those votes right now on the Annie Fry YouTube channel, and I'm going to give you another way to contribute here in just a minute. So you're going to want to stick around and get your thoughts in. A new thing that we've added here to the Annie Fry Show. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Every day we go through and we pull clips for the show, and every day I see Mike Johnson out there standing and saying things, and I have to figure out if it's from today or any of the other 29 days of the shutdown.
Because it's the same message, right?
It's the same message.
That's got to change at some point. I don't know that he's doing the wrong thing.
What would it change to?
Well, because the CR is only going to go through mid to late November.
21st of November.
They're going to have to do something different. And that doesn't mean the message changes, but they're going to have to do something different.
The Republicans?
Yeah.
What?
They're going to have to either extend the CR or start talking about like actual budget negotiations.
They're going to have to talk about budget negotiations because the CR, we have now been in a government shutdown longer than we have left on the continuing resolution.
Right.
So there's not going to be what the Republicans have been saying this whole time is we need to negotiate on the budget. That's what we need to be doing, pass the CR, so that while we're negotiating on the budget, I mean, there's really, in my opinion, not something for the Republicans to do here outside of what they're doing to continue to stay the course, to plead for the Democrats to say, while we're negotiating, shouldn't these government employees be getting their paychecks? Why are you pushing so hard for government employees and people who are using government contracts, small businesses who are not, they're private sector businesses, but they thrive on government contracts? Why is it that the Democrats are so hell-bent on ensuring that none of those people are getting paid by the American taxpayer dollar that funnels its way through the government in order for this business to be handled? I don't know what the Republicans could possibly do other than to continue and stay the course and say, you can fund the CR for the rest of the time that we have it here, which is waning, about 22 days left on that sucker. But you're not going to negotiate the parts outside, 12 bills that need to be passed. I think 7, 8 of them are ready to go and ready to be signed and won't be a problem. It's the other ones that always really, they fund the government through different bills. So it's not like you pass one bill, one budget, and then it's all done. They have 12. And I think that I heard that it was maybe the 80s the last time that all 12 were passed in a balanced way, possibly. That might be the case. Mike Bost will tell us at 105. Congressman from Illinois' 12th district. Is it 12th district? Is that right?
Yes.
15th is Mary Miller. That's what I'm
Yes.
thinking. He's going to be with us at 105, and we're going to talk to him about the things that are being discussed right now in the House with Republicans, because healthcare is an issue and a concern for both sides of the aisle. Now, the Democrats had made that their leading issue, but they also were like, oh, and while we don't want Americans, citizens and non-citizens, to have to pay more for their health care, while we're going to prioritize that, we're also going to hold the government hostage so that NPR gets its funding back. That's something that is valuable enough to the Democrats that they are attaching that to this bandwagon to keep the government shut down. If you're sitting at home right now and you're listening to the show because you're not at work because the federal government is closed, the Democrats are saying that NPR must be funded before they're willing for you to get your paycheck. That is funded by your taxpayer dollars. Isn't that quite something? I don't know what the Republicans can do other than to cave completely into what the Democrats are demanding, and their demands are absolutely ridiculous. If they want to win on those demands, they better win an election. And I don't understand why they think that closing down the government, stopping American workers, stopping government workers, stopping people who do business with the government is the way they're going to expand their base. So every day we see Speaker Mike Johnson come out and he starts listing the demands, once again, that the Democrats want. And they're saying, just pass what you've already passed before so that we can have a negotiation about the issues that you want to see discussed. They're not saying no to the discussion on the government subsidies that have gone to make the Affordable Care Act more affordable for American citizens. There are issues that in the big, beautiful bill that was passed earlier this year that made it so that immigrants who are here, who are not documented or here illegally, makes it so that they can't benefit from a system that they're not actively participating in, and the Democrats don't like it. So they're holding the government hostage because they didn't get the votes in last November to enact their policies. The American citizens voted into Congress, those people who are there, which includes 7 Democrats in the Senate that aren't going to apparently vote for this continuing CR. 6, I suppose. Well, 7. They have to get to 60 votes to end the filibuster in the Senate so they can pass this continuing resolution by a majority of 1, which could be a 50-50 tie and a J.D. Vance vote to push it over the edge. 3 Republicans could vote against this in the Senate, and it still pass if J.D. Vance breaks the tie. But first, we have to have 60 votes in the Senate to end the filibuster so they can get to the vote where the majority rules. But the Democrats are saying no, and the reasons why they're saying no are so tone deaf, it's not even funny. And every day we still hear the same thing. As Ryan was saying, the clock is running out. As we've heard with Mike Bost when he was on with us last time, the clock is running out. He pointed that out. We had a discussion with Josh Hawley, Senator Hawley, last week about this. And he was talking about the, rural folks that are going to be in peril due to this. The SNAP benefits are going away. Now look at how much research people are doing right now in the SNAP benefit program in our country. Look at the research that people are doing on how our taxpayer dollars that are not going to go out to the people who have benefited from them, from these government subsidized programs. People are looking into these programs to see how much money are we talking here? Where is that money going? How is this program being used? How is this program being abused? These are things that are traditionally looked at by Democrats and Republicans alike. Democrats usually wanting to expand the government program, and the Republicans usually looking to pare down the government program, in my opinion, to ensure that the people who need the assistance can get the assistance. But the people who are leaning on it and abusing it and relying on it in wake of their own faculties, that how do we fix the system so that's not the case any longer? I don't see a move that the Republicans can or certainly should make in the next 21 days different than what they're doing right now that isn't a complete and total cave on a majority that they hold in the House of Representatives and an obvious good faith negotiating effort to say we're not going to put anything in this CR that was originally from September 19th off the top of my head, middle of September, all the way up to November 21st. That much negotiating time, over 2 months of negotiating time for the Democrats to make their case that NPR really needs to be funded, to make their case that undocumented individuals need to be able to draw subsidized health care benefits. Make the case. Democrats, nobody's saying to you that you don't get to talk about it. Nobody's saying to you that it's not something that matters to the 45% or whatever it might be of Americans who wholeheartedly support the Democrat Party and the policies they stand for. The problem is that there's just a little bit more that support the Republicans, and there we have a representative republic that is to make these decisions at the congressional level. And the Democrats, you didn't win out the election in a way that allows you to get your policies through, so you're hijacking the system. That's fine. You're in a position to do that, but it's a choice. These types of things have a ripple effect of consequences that will potentially affect you at the ballot box, maybe next week in New Jersey and in New York, maybe, and possibly in Virginia, maybe not. But remember, a win or a loss in any of those incredibly blue areas, a win or a loss is not in and of itself indicative of where the country is. You have to look at the win and the loss. If Republicans inch out a win at the very last minute, that is a disaster situation for the Democrats. If the Republicans come close, it's still something that the Democrats are going to walk out of. Maybe is it Spanberger? Is she Virginia or is she?
That's Virginia.
What's Mickey something in New Jersey?
It's like Cheryl.
Whatever. The lady in Jersey.
Yeah.
Who didn't walk at her graduation or something like that, running against Chitterelli. If she ekes out, if she barely wins that New Jersey election, the Democrats are going to exhale and then they're immediately going to get back to work because they know that they are going to be in trouble in the coming midterms if it's a super close race. Now, if the Democrats run away with it, if a communist runs away with the mayoral race in New York City, I mean, New York City might be SOL. They've dug their grave, and now they're going to have to lie in it, and you're kind of getting what you vote for. And I say that as somebody who lives in Illinois and has heard from people over and over and over and over again, Illinois, you get the government you vote for. And boy, have we. Thank you, Cook County. No, thank you. Let's talk more about this throughout the course of the show, certainly with Congressman Mike Bost at 105. I'm going to ask Joe Concha a little bit about the government shutdown, how he feels this is playing politically from the outside looking in at 1:30. But when we come back, Hans von Spakovsky is going to be with us. What did you book him on?
He's booked on Arctic frost.
I'm excited to talk to him about. Chuck Grassley gave that press conference yesterday. Hundreds of people that Jack Smith subpoenaed, got records on, spied on. How bad is this really? Hans von Spakovsky, who's been right all along, and y'all know it. Hans von Spakovsky with the Heritage Foundation. He knows what he's talking about. He's going to be disgusting. It is disgusting Arctic frost. We're going to talk about that with Hans next. Don't go away.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident in St. Louis, you need attorneys who live here and work here. We know the STL and fight for the STL. You need Kaufman Townsley. Real people, real results. Call 314-500-5000.
If your kitchen's not even functional and you can't stand the look of your bathroom, stop just living around the problem. Let Lakeside Renovation and Design help you love your home again. From spa-like bathrooms to these beautiful, functional, custom kitchens to a finished basement, their in-house team over there at Lakeside, they're going to help bring any vision you have to life. They're going to walk you through every step of the process, the planning, the permits, all the things we don't like to do. They take care of it. You just have to dream. And they have financing options like 0 payments, 0% interest for 24 months. Schedule your free consultation today. It's lakesiderd.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy so you could get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Judge Boasberg gave a speech about how he was going to thwart the Trump agenda before he got those cases. He was not the assignment judge. The D.C. courts have a daily assignment judge. He wasn't the assignment judge. He's on vacation. Somehow gets these cases at 1 a.m. Was he tipped off? Did somebody tell him these cases against President Trump and his agenda now were coming? I don't know. We should find that out. But Judge Boasberg, what he did to Senator Cruz and maybe other senators, absolutely, and I don't say this lightly, absolutely is worthy of impeachment proceedings. There has to be accountability. The American people have heard a lot about this, and you're going to hear more. We should have Watergate-style hearings on this for months. If we're ever going to root this out, we have to be serious about it, and consequences have to follow. Resignations, firings, criminal prosecutions. You simply can't, in this country, use the justice system to throw people in jail because they have a red jersey on. Or
We the people of the United States,
more perfect.
are a form of our perfect union.
Heritage legal expert Hans von Spakovsky.
Well, Hans, you were one of the first people I wanted to talk to when I started learning a bit more about Arctic frost and everything that follows with it. That was our senator here in the state of Missouri, Eric Schmidt, talking about Watergate-style trials and impeachment hearings. Hans, welcome to the show. Take it from here, wherever you want to go with Arctic frost. What do you want people to know at the most basic level?
Well, look, the latest information released by Chuck Grassley, senator from Iowa, is that Jack Smith and the FBI sent out 197 subpoenas of basically every conservative organization out there, trying to get their bank records, all kinds of other information. Also to get as we have heard, phone records of members of the United States Senate, organizations like the Republican Attorney General's Association, which is just the organization representing Republican Attorney Generals. What people need to understand about this is that he had no basis whatsoever for having a grand jury investigate any of these individuals or to subpoena their records. It is, I mean, I just can't tell you how outrageous it is and what an abuse of the law enforcement powers of the federal government, which it's very powerful. It was such an abuse that it is just unbelievable that this happened. This was a political witch hunt, nothing less than that.
Hans von Spakovsky with us right now, senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Arctic frost, it was a spying expedition. That's not. There's no other way to really put it, right? They were spying on their political opponents, the elected Republican officials in the government. They were spying on them.
That is correct. And Jack Smith, a week or so ago, he gave a speech in London, trying to justify everything that he did. And I suggest people watch it. He comes across as one of the most self-righteous, obnoxious individuals I've ever seen. He doesn't apologize. He's not ashamed of what he did. He's the fact that he was a prosecutor in the U.S. Department of Justice. He's an example of the kind of people we don't want working in the U.S. Department of Justice. And again, what was the basis for any of this? If you raised any questions publicly about the 2020 election, then you were targeted. Well, excuse me, but that's people expressing their right to speak under the First Amendment. That is not the basis for a criminal investigation. People ought to be just outraged about this.
Yeah, they absolutely should. And sometimes, I mean, there's been such a flooding of the zone, so to speak, on outrageous revelations that took place under Joe Biden, the Biden administration, the Biden Justice Department. But it goes even further back than that, because during the Trump administration, the bureaucracy was certainly setting itself up against and working against a duly elected president of the United States. I see some comments here in our YouTube chat, and they're like, okay, wake me up when there are arrests. Is it a different climate right now to root these things out, put them, the information is out there. I opened up some of the documents that Chuck Grassley read, and I started to read it, and it said it was 1,730 pages. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll browse. But are we in a different climate right now where this type of deep state nonsense gets put out into the open, spotlighted, and now something will actually be done with it? Or is that too much to hope for?
No, I don't think it's too much to hope for. And the only reason this is happening is because, let me tell you, Kamala Harris had gotten elected, none of this would be happening. In fact, this kind of spying on political enemies would have continued secretly and not openly. The only reason this is happening is because of the people who were put in charge of the FBI, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and that because they are turning this information over. Let me tell you a couple of things that ought to happen. First of all, we should root through these 1,700 pages. And I got to tell you, every single employee of the FBI, every single employee of the Justice Department who was involved in any of this but is still working there needs to be terminated immediately. You do not want people like that working in positions of power. The other thing that I hope happens is that Jack Smith and the people working for him, what were they doing? They were interfering with the civil rights of every organization they targeted. There is a federal statute that allows you to sue government officials who suppress your rights, interfere with your civil rights. I hope there are 200 lawsuits personally filed against Jack Smith and the other folks working for him under those civil rights statutes, so that he is basically flooded with lawsuits against him, because that's what ought to happen to him. If I sound mad about this, it's because, I worked at the Justice Department. I know how powerful that agency is. When I see its powers abused like this, it makes me really mad.
Yeah, and I think that I worry about the fatigue that, voters who kind of come in waves, they get interested in maybe October of an election year, and they're like, okay, I have to commit to this right now, but they can't wait to get back out of the system and get back to what they would refer to as their regular lives. We can't have an honest and fair republic if the bureaucracy exists to quiet people who the bureaucracy disagrees with. And I have to even think to myself, this isn't even like a pro-Democratic Party maneuver. The bureaucracy kind of lives to sustain itself regardless of who is in power. And I wonder, Hans, if you have any speculation, how long has this bureaucracy that definitely existed during Trump's first term, how long has this really been able to manipulate behind the curtain, who's going to be investigated and who's not going to be investigated, who's going to be spied on to entrap them in something because they were given an opportunity, a warrant to be able to do that at a 1 a.m. phone call, according to what Senator Eric Schmidt said there. Boasberg was supposed to not even be involved in the conversation, but somehow or another, here he comes and he saves the day for the deep state. How long has this deep state been active like this?
Well, the deep state's been active for a long time. I mean, when I was at the Justice Department, which was 20 years ago, the career lawyers there were the most left-wing ideologues I had ever encountered. They hated Republicans, but they were kept in check by the political folks that were put in above them. When Democratic administrations come in, like Barack Obama, like Biden, not only are they no longer checked, but the political appointees are encouraging them to engage in this kind of behavior. That's what happened with Jack Smith, because basically he was telling the swamp, yeah, go to it. Go after these people who you hate. Go after, and then they created what was basically, as Ron Johnson of Wisconsin said at the press conference, nothing short of a Biden administration enemies list. So the swamp is bad. It's overwhelmingly very liberal. But the problem is when you have Democratic administrations in, they're giving them the go-ahead and helping them do what they want to do.
Hans, I want to ask you a question that is a two-parter, and I want to ask you if Jack Smith would have been completely, entirely successful in what he was attempting to do, what would it have looked like? And the follow-up question, or maybe a caveat to it, is, was he successful at what he was trying to do?
Ultimately, he was not successful. But the only reason for that is that, for example, remember the lawsuit that he filed, for example, against Donald Trump down in Florida over classified materials basically fell apart and got thrown out. The lawsuit that he filed in the District of Columbia claiming that the president had somehow defrauded the United States because he raised concerns about the outcome of the 2020 election, that also fell apart because of Supreme Court decisions and because he was basically twisting the law to try to get the, at that time, former president. But he did cause huge amounts of pain and wastes of money for a lot of organizations, and he did everything he could to chill the speech and scare people. And look, there's actually a lot of folks who ended up in jail because of things that he was doing. So was he ultimately successful in what he wanted to do and what the Biden administration wanted him to do, knock out Donald Trump so that he couldn't run for president? No, that didn't work.
And Hans, I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to be objective here and even almost a little counter to my ideology, certainly being on the conservative side of the aisle. Is there a way that Democrats can look at what's going on in Washington, D.C. and say that, okay, if you're saying that the deep state leans heavily liberal, that's what you were saying, that they're incredibly liberal. Is there a version of this that is conservative that Democrats shake their fist at when they see, like, oh, they're up to it again? It's like the Republican deep state. Do the Democrats have a stranglehold on all the bureaucracy, the legacy bureaucracy of the way our government functions, to where the Republicans don't really have that footing?
Well, the answer to that, unfortunately, is yes. This may not be true in government offices in other parts of the country, but in Washington, D.C., where the main power is, like at the Justice Department, I can guarantee, having worked there for 4 years, that 90% of the career lawyers are, like I said, left-wing liberal Democrats. And when a Republican administration comes in, they do everything they can to frustrate and stop Republican policies, Republican priorities. And when they can't do that, what do? They leak. They break the confidentiality rules. They act unethically as lawyers, and they leak to their friendly reporters at places like the New York Times and the Washington Post. And that's a problem every Republican president has when they come in. Democratic presidents don't tend to have that problem.
Well, we appreciate you always being at the forefront of what's going on, and Hans von Spakovsky is blazing mad about this, and I'm right there with you, Hans. I appreciate you giving us the insight. We look forward to continuing to follow up on Arctic frost with you as details continue to be released.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Hans. Take care. Bye-bye. He's a senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. He's got a book out you can get, Our Broken Elections, How the Left Changed the Way You Vote. He's also host of Case in Point, the legal show for regular people, just like you and me. Let's take a break, get Ryan back in here. Wiggins America coming up in about 15 minutes from right now. He's going to talk to us a little something about Halloween. He's going to tell us the 10 best ways to do cat makeup. I really don't know what this is about, so you're going to have to stick around and help me out as we get through Wiggins America. Then we've got Mike Bost in the 1 o'clock hour right off the top. We're going to talk about the shutdown. We're going to talk about if Republicans are going to try to make a move on health care, if this has to do with the CR, or are they going to try to do something else? Time's a-wasting. And Joe Concha at 1:30. You vote in the YouTube live chat poll. Who gets the blame for the government shutdown? Tell us your thoughts. We'll be right back.
Guess it's catching up to you. You think that you're so innocent after all that you did. I ain't an angel, you ain't innocent. Can't wash our hands of this. I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. Been deep in every weekend if you couldn't tell.
Home Shield, FoundationRepairs.com. The number to call Matt Hayes directly, 314-227-9636. You can skip all the details here. You're just like, I need basement waterproofing help. Who's that person Annie is always talking about? It's Matt Hayes at Home Shield Foundation Repair. The number, once again, 314-227-9636. They're going to come give you a comprehensive inspection of your basement. That helps them understand what your situation is and how to fix your particular needs. Their experts carefully assess the condition of your foundation, the walls, the floor. They can identify every existing water issue and potential risks that you might be incurring as water continues to make its way into your basement. It's terrible. It's stressful. It causes you anxiety every time you see the forecast. Stop with that. Give yourself the peace of mind that a Matt Hayes phone call can give you. 314-227-9636. Call 314-227-9636 and tell Matt Hayes Annie said hi. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Mark Cox here for the Range St. Louis West. Right now, they're giving away a free basic handgun skills class. All you have to do is register for your chance to win. TheRangeSTL.com/971. I've taken this class. It's ideal for beginners. They have expert instruction. It's available in a women's only class if that's what you're interested in. The normal cost is $135. You can win the class right now at TheRangeSTL.com/971.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead. On your terms, text RADIO to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Hey, it's John Lamping. Congratulations to 97.1 FM Talk on a quarter century as St. Louis's conservative thought leader. Whether it's breaking news or a thoughtful discussion on a complex issue, 97.1 is always my go-to. Looking forward to see what happens next.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that
Can you sing like this?
Probably. I've never tried.
This is like a kid. This is the thing that kids are doing.
This accent?
Kid Leroy? Is that what it is?
Are you talking about the way it's going?
I mean, yeah.
There sounded like there's a little unnaturalness in there. Like there'd been some.
Yeah, I don't mind it. What I don't like, except for then sometimes I do like it, is the rap of today. You know, all of us here, I don't know how much y'all loved it, but you can certainly admit that hip hop of our high school, college, the Nellies of the world, whereas it was definitely rap, but it was very popular. And it was very pop.
And catchy.
Yes, which is what makes it pop. Like, I feel like 50 Cent, if you want to talk about Puff Daddy and Nelly, and I don't know, I'm probably offending all of these people by associating all of these people with each other. But it was just a very big thing for us. And I can't imagine my parents are like, this is just really quality music.
Well, I didn't really love it when it was out, but there are songs that endured. And when I realized that I actually liked a little bit of hip hop was when they did the catch-all for all of them at the Super Bowl last year or the year before.
But it's also it's a moment in time.
It is, and that's
it's
part of it too.
Nostalgic
That's part of it too.
for us. But like rap today, and I'll tell you where I get exposed to the majority of it is when I'm playing Fortnite with my kids, because they all have these emotes and stuff like that, and music plays, and then they added the ability to this is genius. You can buy through like the currency that's within Fortnite that you can buy with currency that comes out of my checking account. I don't really put money in Fortnite, but you can buy songs that, like, if you're driving around in Fortnite in a car, you can play your tunes. Really smart. I respect the ingenuity of that. I don't love that it's being sold to kids, but what are you going to do? The rap today, it's just like, there's no, and this is the oldest fart thing I've ever said. There's just no enunciation. It just sounds like they're mumbling.
Well, 50 Cent did too.
Yeah, but he had, like, I don't know. This is a bad argument. It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
This is what liberals are like every day. I don't have a good argument. I just have a really strong emotion about it.
Well, they
And
shift your argument once somebody brings up a
It sounds
point.
lazy, and in my day, 50 Cent worked his butt off.
It's weird that you say that because Snoop Dogg has complained about the exact same thing that you're complaining
You have,
about.
like, Forrest Frank, who I love. Forrest Frank is,
Christian?
yes.
Okay.
I'm about to have a good day.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you
him.
hate it because you don't
I
like having
hate that
happy
song.
days. You
No.
just are an angry man.
Yeah, that's the only reason I
And the
dislike that
Lemonade song?
I just dislike positivity.
Yes.
Has nothing to do with the song in particular.
But there is a delivery, and I love Forrest Frank. If Forrest Frank was coming to St. Louis, I just looked recently to see if he was coming here. I'd take my kids, and I would take all of their friends and make sure that they could go enjoy it because they like his music enough. And we play some of his songs I use in the gym at school because I am comfortable with it around them. I like it for what it is. But it's still this kind of just like, it's not lazy in effort. It just sounds like you could form more of the words. And that is just an old fart thing to say. I know that. I understand that. I'm not making a good case. It's how I feel.
There's also an accent that singers sing, and I hear more women doing it,
Can
but
you play
some
a
guys
Forrest
too.
Frank song for us on the way out?
Oh, good day.
Go ahead.
That they sing with this accent, and when you hear them speak, you're like, you don't have an accent. You're just singing in a voice.
Susan Ortega.
That's exactly right. But it's like, and the word that I hear it the most on is, you caught up with me too. Look what you made me do. Like, you're like, that's not. You're just an English person.
It's singing in cursive.
Yes.
Are you talking about Taylor Swift?
It's not that song, but it's those phrases that there are certain singers that you're like, that is not a real voice. You have put on a
Lemonade.
persona. For Forrest Frank. Whenever I heard that song by Forrest Frank, that
Which one?
Gonna Have a Good Day song.
That's not Lemonade.
I'm just saying, that song. I thought, we have peaked as a society, and we are now on the way down. That's how much I dislike that song.
That's how much I dislike you. Why would you hate that song?
The message is great.
Okay,
There's
so
nothing
stop.
wrong with it.
Let's meet in the middle here. Like it for what it's meant to be. Respect what it is. It's definitely not for you.
Fair.
Is
I don't
that
even know if I respect what it is. I like the message.
It is squarely in the lane of the type of music that young people are listening today.
And if that's what it is,
that's what it is.
I am going to completely put myself on the altar and say, forget what I said.
But you could still not like it.
I just hate that song. And it's purely artistically. I'm like, you're not doing anything here. You're doing nothing. And it drives me nuts.
Nothing for you.
Yes.
But when you hear your kid listening to that song versus Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, that's the best song I've ever heard in my life. Will you just keep playing that song only?
And that's one of the reasons I don't want to trash it too much, because if it is popular, And
It's very
and
popular.
kids are and I didn't even know anything else by that artist. I don't know anything
Forrest
else.
Frank?
Yeah, I don't. And I guess we're going to hear one in
He's
here in
got a
second.
super viral song that goes along with like TikTok. It's in TikTok culture. It's in like there are dances that go along with it. I mean, he is connected with young people in a really, really important and powerful way. Again, doesn't mean it's for our 40-year-old butts.
Yeah.
And I am pounding my fist on the table wanting rappers to speak clearly. So as I stumble over the word clearly. I mean, I don't know. It just seems...
It does, because you can judge things on so many different levels, and one of those is would I rather them listen to this Christian artist that is writing what I consider to be an extremely bland song, or would I rather them listen to Cardi B? Clearly, I'd rather them listen to the Forrest
But
Frank
I don't
song.
know that Forrest Frank is any more bland than regular, music, non-Christian music of the same.
That's what I'm saying. The point being, he is doing what music is doing right now.
Yeah.
The message is positive at worst, Christian at best.
Oh, there we go. I do know this song.
Yeah. My Jesus making lemonade. Okay.
I mean, fine. See,
Okay.
this isn't that. It's the other one I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll get to that one a little bit later. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
My Jesus, he be making lemonade with that living water. Spirit, Son, Holy Father, never thought he really got us. I guess he just forgot that God works everything for better. No matter what the weather, he knits it all together. Cozier than a sweater. I'm lighter than a feather. Just thinking about the things you've done. You mix the sorrow with the sweet, and that's the perfect remedy. The love of God has got me clean, no old spies. That desert I was in was deep, so dry. But now I'm out here feeling free, so fly. I'm chilling.
Stewart's American Mortgage. Not lemonade, but bagels. Close. Should I do this in cursive?
I don't know that that's really
Should I say
close.
this live in cursive here? Just,
That
call for people
song
forward.
is like there's a vibe to that song.
Yeah.
And it's sitting on a beach to me.
Yes.
That's cool.
Lemonade with a little something.
Lemonade,
in it.
yeah, sure.
And Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry,
eternal life.
Stewie. I'm going to start this one over. Stewart's American Mortgage and the Bagel Loan, 314-324-4440. Reach out to him directly and get this conversation going about a closing cost-free new mortgage for you. Brand new on a new home. Or also a refinance with the current mortgage that you have on your home. If you have thought about taking some cash out, paying down high-interest credit card debt, trying to get ahead as soon as you possibly can, that's what Stewie can help you do with that cash-out refinance using a bagel loan where you don't pay the thousands of dollars that can come along with a refinance on your mortgage. The bagel loan looks like it's a bagel, looks like a zero, reminds you that there are $0 in closing costs when you actually use the bagel loan with Stewart's American Mortgage. 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. It's the direct line to call Stewie. You can text Stewie at 314-324-4440 as well. And make sure when you reach out to him, you ask him about the bagel loan, you tell him you heard about it on the Annie Fry Show, and he's going to walk you through a process that is so incredibly simple, you'll say, I should have called sooner. Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
25 years of 97.1 in St. Louis.
Hey, it's Markley Van Camp and Robbins. Happy 25th to 97.1 FM Talk. Telling the truth as the leading conservative voice in St. Louis.
Doing things the right way is a tradition. Here's to 25 more years.
When you go shopping, you may not get the bargain you want, but at least you know and can compare prices. It should be that way with healthcare, but too often it's not. Need an operation on your knee? Want to know what it's going to cost? Good luck. For 3 years, hospitals have been required to provide patients with list prices and have negotiated charges for some 300 services. Just over a third are fully compliant. In Missouri, prices differ greatly depending on a patient's insurance. The cost of a pelvic CT scan, for example, can be 20 times more expensive in one hospital than another. Price transparency allows patients to compare providers, forces hospitals to compete on price, and helps insurers negotiate lower rates. State law should require all healthcare providers to publish prices in a user-friendly form. What we don't know is costing us. The price of healthcare shouldn't be a secret. Check out our 2025 blueprint, Moving Missouri Forward at ShowMeInstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Smart talk, strong values. This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Wiggins! All right, tomorrow's Halloween, so let's go over some of the most important news prepping you for Halloween.
You know, I know that you take your job really seriously,
Darn right I
but
do.
to do the cat makeup for this segment and to do it for the people on the YouTube live, I'm really impressed with your ability to wear this kind of makeup.
No, I didn't. No, you're
Who
mistaken.
did it for you?
I'm not
Did
wearing
Ethan
any.
do it?
No,
Ethan's
no.
great at it.
No, this is just my face. And that's my beard right there. And I'm considering using some beard dye because it's getting a little gray, but it has nothing to do with cats.
It's not, even if you weren't wearing the cat ears, I would still be able to tell, like, oh man, you've really nailed the cat look.
It's really interesting that you've embraced fully the theater of the mind that radio is, because I'm not doing any of those things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I will show you some pictures online if you want to see.
If you're not doing any of them, why would you want to be so aggressive at
See
making
that?
sure the theater of the mind? We got to tell people.
This is classic cat makeup. So these are 10 great ways to do cat makeup for Halloween.
I just want to know, when you were putting together this 7 minutes of radio, what service you thought you were doing to people to show pictures. Again, on Theater of the Mind, you just showed a picture to the radio audience.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we met...
Are you going to show us 10 pictures?
Yeah, I am. When we met people at Lit Cigar Lounge for our 25th last week, I thought, what do these people want? And if I met you there, just know that what I thought when I met you was, you probably wear cat makeup on Halloween. And there are a variety of ways to do that. For instance...
Ryan, that's the other political party. You went to the wrong party.
Oh. I was in downtown St. Louis, walking around at a No Kings protest. Cheshire cat makeup. Interesting, huh?
Are you just going to look at pictures and flip through? What, Ethan, will you help? Help.
Check this out. Realistic snow leopard makeup.
You're just saying things.
Cool, huh? Also, there's one that's just called cat scratch makeup, which is, conservative, related to Ted Nugent, cat scratch fever.
No.
And
is this going the way you thought it was going to go?
And they just put a bunch of cat scratches across her face. And it's pretty cool. Like, they just made it look like a cat had scratched her. So that's that one. And I did bring some other lists if you want to move on. I mean, I could stay on that one if you wanted to. What do you think?
It is a look of death right now that Ryan is getting.
I can't save this segment.
Okay. All right. I'll take that as a move on. How about pumpkin colors and their meanings?
Wait.
Orange.
Oh.
Trisha?
So what does orange mean, Ryan?
Pumpkins are the standard color you'll find at most pumpkin patches.
Okay.
What about tan and red pumpkins? These are great for eating. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
That's
I didn't
right.
know there was pumpkin colors besides orange.
Yeah, there are. There's lots of them. They're all within this gourd family.
Oh, okay. Got
Yellow and white pumpkins are ornamental, meaning they don't do anything. And then black and orange pumpkins. Have you ever seen these, Annie? Talk about it.
That's the look of death.
Well, these pumpkins represent...
Can you do a little better job so I don't have to do Wiggins America every day from now on? Because that's, I think, what we're on track for.
These pumpkins. Oh my gosh, there's so much time left too. This is great. Pumpkins represent the spooky spirit of Halloween, darkness, and the transition from fall to winter. In other words, they don't do anything either. I'm reading the room here a little bit.
How's that going?
And there's tons of other colors here that they could be. I'm going to move on. 50. I'm going to go through all 50.
Oh.
Best non-candy Halloween treats. So if you're trying to be healthy like the Hannaford family is,
excluding Ethan,
and you want to give out healthier treats, maybe not even food. Most of these are not even food. And you're just like, yeah, I'm tired of giving out Reese's and things that people love. I'd rather give out these things. Stamps.
Just any stamps. Okay. All right.
That's one place. Now, it could be a variety of stamps. They talk about it in the hand stamp, the old Halloween hand stamp way. But I wouldn't. Would you mind getting stamps in your Halloween?
What about a kid
bag?
Kid. This is for kids.
I was
a
asking,
9-year-old.
I was
doesn't
asking
care.
Annie.
I know, but I knew she wasn't going to answer. She hasn't said a word in the last 8 minutes.
We still only have 2.5. Stickers.
Okay. Stickers works a little better.
What about?
Can you imagine tuning in right now?
I thought they did politics. Bubbles.
This is all that the left needs to hear
3 down, 47 to go.
fortify their opinion of the conservative right. This right here. This is it.
Send me to Congress. I'll filibuster doing this.
I'd like to send you there right now. Go. Nobody's doing anything there anyway.
You ever thought about giving out Play-Doh? Or Halloween Slinkies? What about Halloween sunglasses? Seems a little silly to me because it's already dark. Vampire fangs? Now that's a good 25 of them right there.
That was 7.
But we're about halfway through. Just letting you know where you are in the timeline. Popcorn balls. Now we're into some food. What do you guys think about popcorn balls?
Grandma used to make popcorn balls.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Can you tell a quick story about that?
She used to make popcorn balls. That's quick.
Popcorn balls were always good on the outside because it had like the sugary coating, and once you got into the inside, you're like, oh, it's just popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Dive into that a little more.
That's all I got, Ryan.
All right.
Big,
slap bracelets?
Beautiful popcorn balls.
For Halloween?
LED glow rings. Gosh.
This is just all the junk you get when you win tickets at an arcade.
I could just go on and on. Halloween pencils, stress balls. How about coloring books?
Annie literally
Talk to us
took
more
her
about
headphones
stress
off.
balls, Ryan.
Sure. Let me go back because I went past that page.
Dive a little deeper.
You actually found an article of 50 of these?
Yeah, I did.
And you just thought you'd read them?
Well, I thought they would
You sound like that guy who fell off the ladder.
Well, I was. Hey, you're listening to Leaf Filter Radio. We got Ron on the line again.
Do you know how Ron felt right now? You need a photo.
Ron, are you on a ladder? Well, I was.
We love our sponsors, every one of them. Should we get another minute here from Brad? Or?
Yeah, can you extend this? You know what? Let's just come back in the 2 o'clock hour.
We'll be right back. Most of us. Don't go away.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening Screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw with Retirement Advisory Group. Are you worried about market volatility? Are you concerned your money won't last you through retirement?
Hi, I'm Tammy Kershaw, and as a family-owned business, we are committed to protecting your retirement, whether you're nearing retirement or already retired. We have a lot of folks that aren't aware of all the new investment choices that are available, which give you growth and protection from losses at the same time. Are you aware of all the fees that you are currently paying? We can show you how to avoid those fees. So come in now for your free retirement review and get a second opinion on your retirement plan. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. Let us show you how to retire with confidence.
We are proud to say we haven't lost a penny of our clients' money in 39 years, and we won't lose a penny of yours either. Let our family help your family. Call us now at 314-993-9494 or go online to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
A food fight in court. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge hearing arguments about suspending federal food aid during the government shutdown.
The hearing in federal court in Boston was for a lawsuit filed by Democratic Party state governors and attorneys general from 25 states and Washington, D.C. to keep the SNAP food aid program going. U.S. District Judge Indira Talwani tells federal lawyers there are steps to take other than simply suspending all benefits. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said this week it planned to freeze Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program payments as of Saturday because of the shutdown. The Trump administration says it can't legally touch money in a contingency fund. The lawsuit says it can and must be used and that there's other money available in a separate fund.
Fox's Chris Foster. On Capitol Hill, Republicans keep pushing to reopen government with a short-term spending bill. Democrats say that bill needs to address other issues, especially Obamacare tax credits set to expire. Senators on both sides of the aisle proposing separate bills that would fund food aid while the shutdown continues. President Trump on his way back from South Korea, where he met with China's President Xi, telling reporters they have a deal.
Now, every year we'll renegotiate the deal, but I think the deal will go on for a long time.
It includes China buying U.S. soybeans, cracking down on fentanyl, and delaying new export controls on rare earth minerals in return for a 10% cut in tariffs.
It's being described to me at the White House as this is sort of bringing the break in the chill that has fallen over the relationship between the U.S. and China.
Fox Business's Edward Lawrence. The Kremlin is warning that if any country resumes nuclear weapons tests, Russia would as well. This after President Trump appeared to suggest the U.S. would resume tests to be on an equal basis with Russia and China. The U.S. military already tests missiles capable of delivering a nuclear warhead, but has not detonated weapons since 1992. It's not clear yet if that's what the president meant. A global ban on nuclear testing remains in place, signed but not ratified by the U.S. America is listening to Fox News.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
It's a chilly Thursday afternoon, 58 for the high. Tonight, clear skies, we drop out of the 50s. Quickly this evening, 40 for the overnight low. Friday, sunny, breezy, 60 degrees. Trick-or-treat time, upper 40s, low 50s. 41 for the overnight low Friday night. Saturday, partly sunny, maybe a sprinkle, 55. And Sunday, sunny and 59. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. If you need a new furnace, get Carrier Cool Cash rebates and 0% financing so you'll be nice and cozy as the weather turns. For a free estimate on a new heating system, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
And these ideas have been on paper for a long time. There's volumes of this stuff, volumes of it. What we're doing right now, what we have been doing, what we were already doing, because we knew we were coming up to the end of the year, and we know that healthcare is a major burden for the American people. We've been working on it since day one of this Congress. We worked on it in the years prior. And we've already demonstrated, this is not talking points for us. When we say the Republican Party is the only party that has any chance at fixing health care for the American people, we've demonstrated it. We put it into the One Big Beautiful Bill, the Working Families Tax Cut. As you know, we strengthened the Medicaid program. We started there.
That's Speaker Johnson talking about the importance of fixing healthcare costs in our country and identifying, this is a problem. Of course, the Democrats see it as a problem as well, but the Republicans, at least according to Speaker Johnson, are the only ones who actually can solve this problem. But the question is, while the government is shut down, what's going to happen next? Who's going to reopen this government? Is it going to open? And we have now been in a shutdown longer than we have left on the original continuing resolution that was passed by the House in September. Let's ask a congressman about it. Representative Mike Bost with us, U.S. Congressman for Illinois' 12th District. Good to have you back on the show. Give us an update.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So every day, we as Republicans are trying to explain the message or show the message of what is continuing to go on as the Democrats continue in the Senate to hold the United States people hostage. As you were saying, we can deal with health care, the issue. Now, it is a very difficult issue, but we can't deal with it if we're not got government open. The same thing with the SNAP program. And the Senate has tried in every way 13 times now, 14 I think is where we're at now, to allow the Democrats to come over, put the 5 votes that they need on there to get us through this to where we can go back in. But you mentioned something that's vitally important. Annie, a lot of these things are going to take a while to work on, and our original plan was to give this CR out to the 21st of November. Well, if they pass it right now, we're what, 22 days is all we've got to get these things that need to be negotiated done. So really what has to be done is that not only do the Democrats need to agree to open government again, but then they need to agree that the CR needs to be extended out to a point to where we can actually do the negotiations on those things they're claiming are so important, but yet they're stifling the American people from getting done.
Yeah.
And that includes the healthcare side of it. But it also includes right now, remember, November 1st, there is going to be no more money for SNAP. Now, let's put that in perspective. I don't have the Missouri numbers, but I have the Illinois numbers. 1.9 million Illinoisans use the Nutrition Assistance Program. That's what SNAP is. It used to be called food stamps. 729,000 children will see a disruption in service. Now, this from the party that has always been the one that claims, we've got to take care of our most needy. And now all of a sudden, we got to take care of our most needy unless we can use them as pawns to negotiate from a negotiating position for health care for illegals, increasing the overall budget by $1.5 trillion, putting that onto, because I'm going to tell you, the other side, it's more about putting people entrapment to them than it is to actually governing and allowing this nation to grow and continue to grow and do what it's got to do. And we're bringing that out every morning with the press releases, with the press conferences, with the leadership. A couple weeks ago, I was there explaining the veteran stuff. But right now, we're all out moving throughout our district, dealing with the things we've got to deal with that are still ongoing. But that being said, a lot of our staff and everybody like that, they're all going to have no paycheck. Now, remember this, we had a president that it's still questionable whether he could do it or not. He found a slot of money that he could get for last payday for our military personnel. That was a one-time issue. We're done now. And so you've got, and look at the people who are telling us this. One, you've got your air traffic controllers that it's going to start affecting air traffic control very, 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 very shortly. Two, you had those unions that are the government service unions, which quite often support some Republicans. I've had their support before, but mostly support Democrats, went to the Democrats and said, you got to stop this. You have to go in and make these votes and let government open, and then you can negotiate all the rest of these things. But yet Chuck Schumer is so locked in his position so that he can appease the far left. And all he's got to do is basically say everybody's free to make their own vote, because I guarantee you Chuck Schumer doesn't have to vote for it. Mm-hmm. But there are 5 others that are on the verge of coming over and voting for it because they're feeling that pressure.
Yeah, I hope everybody is feeling the pressure. You're sure articulating why people should feel the pressure. We're speaking with Congressman Mike Bost right now. He's Illinois' representative from the 12th District, also the chair of the House Veterans Affairs Committee. You've said this before, and I think it's worth noting that day one of the shutdown doesn't feel too bad, but it compounds as those days go by. I'm kind of curious, like at some point, up to November 21st, is there even a point in voting for the continuing resolution for the Democrats and Republicans to continue do this, to try to pass that CR that would end on November 21st? And if not, then what happens in the place of there? Yeah.
And that's where the negotiations have to come in. If the Democrats all of a sudden decide that they're finally going to vote for it, we're going to have to amend that. And if they amend it in the House, then they're going to send it over from the Senate, which actually is easier lift. Let me explain that. Remember, the reason the House passed it, and we had enough Republicans to pass it, even though there were a few, like 1 or 2 Democrats that voted for it out of the House, okay, the continuing resolution. Because we just need a simple majority. The Senate needs not super majority, but needs the 60 votes before they go back and have to get the 51 votes. I would suggest that if the Senate is getting much further down the road, once they've realized that they can get the votes to get to 60, before they do that, they need to make sure that those who will give the 60 votes amend it out to a further date and then send it back over to us. That way we'll be able to put the votes on it, but then they don't have to all of a sudden come back after the 21st and try to renegotiate a date.
Yeah. The Democrats have articulated a lot of things that they want out of this, what they continue to refer to as one of their few leverage points to try to wield their minority power here. But the main issue seems to have to do with the fact that the Affordable Care Act isn't affordable on its own. The government has had to subsidize it to make it more affordable than it was originally passed into law. What is the Republican answer to identifying a problem that on a bipartisan level, I think everybody in this country does not like the healthcare system?
Right. So here's the thing. Remember that, and I don't want to go down a path because people all of a sudden cringe because they never understood it, the repeal and replace. The reason why repeal and replace was so important is there were certain things that would allow us to allow the competition to occur in the healthcare system that would actually fulfill a lot of the promises that Obama made about Obamacare. One, you could have the doctor of your choice or keep your existing doctor. Two, that your premiums would go down because of competition. Well, see, the reverse of Obamacare is lack of competition causes it to go up. And I would argue that as we watch this, and as you just said, since we have to subsidize each one of these programs that is now Obamacare, I believe Obamacare was built to fail in the first place. The more I study it, it was built to fail in the first place, knowing that would then force ourselves into a situation that we couldn't go back to the old system, and that the only option would be socialized medicine here in this United States, which when polled, people do not want, do not like, because they see what happens in Canada and other nations around this world. And that's why the Democrats passed it and now have been subsidizing it. And now it's going to fail under its own weight unless we come back together and come up with a lot of the ideas, as I said, that were in what was the replacement when we said repeal and replace, okay? And that is allowing to go back to a situation where individuals can make decisions on their own doctors, and there's some very unique healthcare insurance programs that are out there. And the list goes on and on of those that you can choose. If your company is a company that pays well and has an opportunity to invest in healthcare, and they have that, then that's an opportunity for you. If you don't have that, is there something through a Christian organization like the One Healthcare group that's out there? These allow for the competition, because once the government takes it over, what they've just proved by the failing like they're doing right now, when you start having to subsidize your health care, that means that the persons that are charging for the health care can do to the U.S. government and the the U.S. taxpayer whatever they want and charge as much as they want. And that's why the premiums that they're talking about don't go to the individual. It goes to the insurance company.
Yes. Oh, I'm so grateful for that explanation and diving into it, because the problem is a massive problem. And like you said, that the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act effort was to eliminate what it essentially guaranteed insurance companies customers, and no company has to compete for a customer that they're guaranteed. So it's completely upside down in the way that the United States is set up in a capitalistic free market society that says, hey, companies, come up with something really fantastic that consumers are going to run to. And that puts the choice in the hands of the consumer. When we talk about repeal and replace, just for my recollection and our listeners, is the reason that didn't happen, is that the John McCain thumbs down vote on the Senate floor?
That was John McCain's thumbs down vote. And and you got to remember what John McCain's condition was at that time. Was he making right decisions at the time? I had a brain surgeon. Well, actually, everybody knows ran for president and was head of HUD. Anyway, Ben Carson. Ben Carson and I had the conversation right after he died, and that's what he said is, he said, Mike, he said he hadn't been making good decisions probably for quite some time, and that decision was not a good decision. And so I don't know. That's what history will, but the reality is, yes, that's where they did the thumbs down, which never understood it except for the fact of he and then Trump in his first term and had the clash. And that's too bad, because had we moved forward then, we would be in a lot better position now, because it would have encouraged the competition. And I'm going to tell you where the people, many of your listeners are blessed. One of the guys that knows this best is the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, and that's Jason Smith. And that's what, this is through his committee is where this will occur.
So let me ask you this question. We're speaking with Congressman Bost of the 12th District in the state of Illinois. There was a time where we were really close to repealing the Affordable Care Act, and one vote thumbs down stopped that in its tracks. Is the Republican Party right now, in this moment, prepared to repeal the Affordable Care Act and replace it with something in this moment?
No, they're not. Let me tell you that I believe what they'll do is are they prepared to piecemeal in that direction to try to make corrective maneuvers now? Well, Obamacare has been in place so long that the only thing you can do is improve upon it to try to drive back now. Early on in that process, we were still at a area where people could have got back on their health care coverages fairly quickly. Companies could have held on to their existing policies. Those type of things could happen. We are too many years into that now. Now we have to piecemeal and tweak to try to bring those rates down. But the reality is also that you're going to see several people's premiums go up if we don't get in and get to negotiating on it right away.
But the Republicans, does the Republican House, do you believe that the Republican Senate understands how big of an issue that this is and how quickly it needs to be addressed?
I think they do. I think certain ones do. Let's put it that way. I think they know that it has to come for a vote in one way or another, whether that vote is to extend it out for a shorter period of time, which I'd prefer not to do, by the way, because if you extend it out, you're just exacerbating the problem, just kicking the can down the road. But will that and some of these people that are going to have the rates come up, they're not low-income people. Their rates are going to increase by a lot. That being said, it's awful hard to figure out, okay, I make my household makes $270,000 a year, and all of a sudden I get to be on Obamacare for a lesser price, but if I make $280,000 a year, now all of a sudden my tax dollars just got doubled on what you're spending to take care of those that are just slightly less than me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's a reason why this is difficult to deal with. But that being said, you can't deal with anything if the government shut down.
True. Congressman, before we let you go, what's an actual plausible worst case scenario for how long this government shutdown lasts?
I don't know. I don't know what the end game is for the Democrats, where they finally, because what's going to happen is Schumer's going to finally release his people, because enough of his people are going to be very, very frustrated at hearing about it back in their states. Okay, on the Senate side, there's going to be that breaking point. I think that when you see their own base, the unions, the people that are the most needy are SNAP. That's everybody's district, by the way.
Yeah.
That have SNAP recipients. So at what point do finally wiser minds realize that pursuing the extreme left, the AOCs and the Bernie Sanders of the world, has got to stop, and the Democrat Party has to come back and actually allow us to govern?
Yeah, it does seem like the walls are starting to close in a little bit, as some of those, like you mentioned, the labor union folks.
Yeah, remember the 1st of November is a pretty big date. So
okay, well, Congressman Bost, we
see.
Appreciate your time today. We look forward to getting you back to work and hearing that
I'm looking forward to going back.
Yeah, we know you're working in district, and we thank you for sharing some of that time with us.
Annie, thank you.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye. U.S. Congressman for Illinois' 12th District, Chair of the House Veterans Affairs Committee in Congress, Mike Bost, with us. Quick break. Joe Concha is going to be with us at 1:30, so in about 10 minutes from now, so keep it right here. YouTube poll, who gets the blame for the government shutdown? Republicans, Democrats, both parties, or just keep the whole thing shut? Get a few of those votes over there I've noticed. Let us know what you think. We'll be right back.
The green grass, swing, swing, swing the spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
License number E2014A.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Dad, that's what Grandpa Rip always said.
That's right. 50 years ago, Grandpa started Grasser, and whenever a customer called, he'd smile and say, "Hey, it's good to see you."
Hey, it's good to see you.
It was his way of treating people like neighbors, not numbers. That's why we still say it today.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeservices.com.
Hey, it's good to see you.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Basically, these are rough winds in Asia. I must tell you, this is a rough flight. We could have waited an hour, maybe. These are a little tough. These are tough conditions for interviews. You know, they're going to be watching Trump. They're going to say he didn't look too good. He's got the shakes. I don't have the shakes, but people are going to think I do.
Pretty solid. So President Trump on Air Force One leaving Asia. Oh, really, I don't know how he keeps his schedule. I feel like my schedule is a pretty busy schedule. My schedule is also, if I were to list it off to you, you'd be like, wow, that sounds exhausting. And probably, I don't know, maybe a lot of people would think it was boring. It's just a lot of driving, picking up, delivering people. I deliver people to places and things. But President Trump is like doing the equivalent of like his Pacifica is Air Force One. And he's got to like drop off some trade deals in Malaysia and then, you know, meet with the PTA in South Korea and just like all of these different places all over the world. I really am amazed that he's able to keep the schedule that he's able to keep. And then he's always here standing in the doorway on Air Force One, peeking at the press, answering questions. And when if you get the chance to watch that video, if you go back and watch it on the Annie Fry YouTube channel on our live broadcast right now or later, but if you haven't seen that video of him, he seems chill. He's having fun. He knows he's standing in the doorway. I mean, if you were on a Southwest flight to Orlando and the plane was moving like that, you best believe you'd be told to sit in your seat and buckle up. But the president is there talking over bumpy air over Asia to the press about whatever they want to throw out at him. And if they want to throw out something nasty at him, they can do it. And then he punches back. And then he says, next question.
And that's after a full day of doing all of this stuff.
And what is a day when you're flying across the world?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, I've always said that, like, even when it was Biden and any president, really, when you have Air Force One, it's pretty luxurious. I mean, you get your own bedroom in there, so you get to do all this and you get to go on the plane. And yes, you're flying all over the place.
Not everybody.
Right. The president gets to go, sleep in there if he wants to. However, with Trump, he doesn't really ever sleep. We know his schedule. It's that he sleeps like 4 to 6 hours a night or something crazy that I can't imagine.
I always hear the number 4.
I can't even hardly believe that people can do that, let alone with the amount of stress and events on his schedule. I mean, I do believe that he does it. I just don't understand how that's possible for a person.
There are stretches in my life where I regularly get about 4 to 6 hours of sleep.
That amazes me.
But on day 3 of doing that, you can tell. It's like obvious. I'm not able to maybe process as fast or, whatever it is I need to do. I could be crankier. I could I would get headaches if it takes too long. Really, I haven't been as much of a melatonin user. I'm going to honestly say that going to get my hormone balance, and so I do like a thyroid and a testosterone therapy, has balanced my sleep out more than it's ever been balanced in my entire life.
That's great.
My youngest is 4, so it's been a while since I haven't had the baby contingent at night, but it has made a huge, huge difference. But the number one reason I have melatonin in my house is for like day 4 of not getting sleep, and I need to like nuke myself to bed at 8 o'clock and wake up when I wake up. The president is going all over the world, reshaping foreign policy on a global scale and joking about it with the press on Air Force One on the way back. It's not even worthy of the comparison or the conversation to look at President Trump compared to the prior administration. It's like the conversation is, the comparison is so obvious. It's beneath the intellect of anybody who could carry that conversation to even have it. It's like you just go scoreboard and walk away.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Some of our commenters, Bobo says he gets 5 hours and would definitely prefers 7 to 8. Some of our leftist commenters are saying he doesn't sleep much, doesn't eat a healthy diet, still recognizes 3 zoo animals, the hard ones. I think that's just such a dishonest. I can't get that little of sleep, and I'm not even close to the president of the United States. That's all I'm saying, is that I just don't understand. Like, even if it was Biden or a Democrat president, I don't understand how you could keep that schedule up. I just don't.
Also, it's very, very important to understand that everybody's different. Some people need 10 to 12 hours, and they have to work that into their schedule. Other people don't. The people who are commenting in that regard about chastising the president for how healthy he is or isn't never chastised President Biden for the health that he was in. So it's like a non-issue. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're not qualified to be a participant in this conversation either, because everything is predicated by your disdain for his politics. If that's your thought about President Trump and his health, get on your hands and knees and thank the Lord that he's not healthier, because think about what he could accomplish then. Then you'd really have a reason to be scared. Joe Concha next.
Look my way, never love me.
Hey, with cooler weather moving in, don't put yourself at risk for a power outage. Get a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. This is all about giving yourself peace of mind by calling now for a free estimate. You won't have to worry about waiting on hold with the power company. No more worrying about your home when you're away. Get a free estimate on a generator from Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. Financing is available. 314-499-2020. Generator Supercenter of St. Louis.com.
Stop just trying to paint and patch up the outside of your home. It's time to give it a permanent upgrade with James Hardie fiber cement siding from Lakeside Renovation and Design. This siding is designed to stand up to all the crazy weather we get here in Missouri, and it looks fantastic. Lakeside is a James Hardie elite preferred contractor. Whole team, by the way, is in-house, and they're going to take care of all the details, the color, the trim, everything to customize it to your home, to take the stress off of your plate. If your home is showing any signs of wear, it's time to take the next step. Visit lakesiderd.com.
For 25 years, the Warner's Warm-Up Coat Drive has been a dependable resource for impoverished men, women, and children in the bi-state. Together Credit Union is proud to team up with the Kurt Warner First Things First Foundation and Operation Food Search for the 25th Annual Warner's Warm-Up Coat Drive. From October 20th to November 2nd, new and gently used winter clothes of all sizes will be collected at all 14 Together Credit Union locations to help keep our neighbors warm during the cold winter months. For more information and a full list of donation locations, visit kurtwarner.org.
Mark Cox here. My thanks to Rhino Shield for sponsoring our 25th year anniversary celebration. Listen, there's still plenty of time to call today to get your free evaluation for Rhino Shield for a fall installation. You get a 25-year transferable warranty. It is the best investment I've made in a long time. It's beautiful. It's durable. Get Rhino Shield today. Call them for your free evaluation at 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
The YouTube live chat poll today is who gets the blame for the government shutdown? Republicans, Democrats, both parties, or keep it shut? There are a variety of comments, lots of comments on this. I'll read one from Damon. It says, I think both sides are to blame. They should be working together to come to a solution. Janine says, Dems, but you know all the uninformed blame Trump. Well, I'm going to read one more. Maureen says, the Dems, certain ones, want to create another event that hurts our country so they can keep blaming Trump. What do you think? We're monitoring comments as usual and just want to know what you think about this topic. Who gets the blame for the government shutdown? It is 1:33. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
JerryKelly.com. From Alton to Wildwood, 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
What you know, Joe? I don't know nothing. What you know, Joe? Tell me something. What you know, Joe? Ain't conniving, just ain't jiving.
Why aren't we standing up to principle? Why aren't we standing up? The founding fathers didn't live and die to see us as cowards. The richest, the most powerful people in this country selling their soul and selling out this country. I mean, that's how I feel. So yeah, forgive me. I'm sorry if people's feelings are hurt about this. I'm disgusted what's happened in this country. I'm disgusted by the supine Congress. I'm disgusted by how the private sector is conducting themselves. I'm disgusted by universities selling their soul and law firms. I'm disgusted that people are not more outraged.
Oh, what you know, Joe?
Joe Concha, Fox News contributor.
And author of the book, The Greatest Comeback Ever, Inside Trump's Big Beautiful Campaign, which you can get right now. Joe, welcome back to the show. Thanks for being with us today.
Always a pleasure, Annie. How are you?
I'm good, and I feel even better because are you a Hallmark movie guy? You can't be a Hallmark movie guy.
Nah.
Do you have a Hallmark movie watcher in your house by any chance?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. I don't in my house either, but I have family who do. I don't understand them. I can't get into them. There's one thing that I do understand about him, though. Gavin Newsom is a Hallmark movie villain. Like, you know, the second he walks into the scene in the stage, you're like, this guy is going to be obnoxiously, grossly trying to be charming, and he's going to get it in the end. And I hope that that's the way that this story ends as well in the real life. Gavin Newsom, is he the de facto leader of the Democrat Party today?
Well, polls show he's leading in some for the Democratic nomination. I always caution to look at polls in 3 years before an election because we would have Republican nominee Rudy Giuliani, right? We would have Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton over Barack Obama. I could go down the list. Jeb Bush, 2016. So you want to be cautious about that stuff. But he's the most active on media, certainly, that's for sure. But he's a lizard person. It's the only two words that come to mind with this guy because he will say anything that he thinks the interviewer wants to hear. And I'll just give you a quick example of this. He sat down with the late Charlie Kirk in March, right? And he decried the fact that the Democratic Party had gone too far to the left, was embracing all the woke stuff, said that men should not compete against women in sports, even though he hasn't repealed that law in his state. And Charlie agreed with them. You're like, okay, maybe this guy, I don't want to say evolves, but, maybe he's going more to the center, and that can't be a bad thing, I suppose. And then he goes on a podcast this week. Called All the Smoke. It's with some former NBA players. And he says, and I couldn't believe it when I heard this, he says, actually, all the anti-woke stuff, it means you're anti-black and you're racist. I'm like, he's just pandering to whoever he has to. And I think people like that, while you do okay in California, but it's the Kamala problem where people in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, Nevada, they're wise to this stuff, at least the ones that are in the middle that decide those elections. He'll be seen as an elitist, phony California liberal if he ends up getting the nomination, and he'll have the same exact problem that Kamala had, where he's just not going to be relatable. And it's so phony and it's so obvious to so many people that they want to run him, go ahead. But then your other option is AOC, and that is infinitely worse. So I'm not sure how to answer that question.
We're speaking with Joe Concha right now. I'm wondering if you feel as though there's so much access to content and information now. When it was limited before Elon Musk purchased Twitter and made it X, and the mainstream media, which you follow very closely, had way more power and authority over what the actual accepted narrative was. I'm wondering if you feel like what is real is actually starting to cut through to where people are able to look at Gavin Newsom and see him for what he is, even in spite of everything he's doing to try to change people's minds, whoever's in front of him at a given time. Is there some existence of truth that's starting to pierce through all the narrative drivers out there today?
Oh, yeah. Annie, I talked about this in the book. In 2024, I remember this stat, and it just is the most incredible thing ever. ABC News, so not opinion, not the pundits or anybody like that. ABC News does 100 stories on Kamala Harris when she becomes a nominee. The first 100 are all deemed positive by the Media Research Center. Like, there was not one that was remotely critical of her, and she still lost every swing state. She still lost the popular vote. Republicans still won back the Senate. They held the House. So you see a media that tries to push a narrative like Republicans are to blame for the government shutdown, even though they have now passed, 15 clean bills to reopen it, and only a handful of Democrats like John Fetterman are voting along with them, and everybody else is, I guess, saying, no, we have to negotiate now. Well, why not open the government first and then negotiate whatever you want to on healthcare? You see now Republican polls are climbing in terms of congressional approval, and Democrats, according to CNN, are at their lowest in history. So, yeah, I think social media is the great equalizer. I think radio shows like the Annie Fry Show, like the Joe Rogan podcast, Hannity, Levin, Fox News, you go down the line, those are the great equalizers, and the credibility of the other side, so to speak, legacy media, is so... I always use the analogy. I'll use it again. They are as trusted as gas station sushi, and you don't want to be in that position. I had it last night. Actually pretty good. The tuna and avocado. Excellent. But still, it's not really trusted. I think they've hurt themselves so much going all the way back to slobbering over Obama, and then Russia collusion with Trump, and then, covering up for Biden, everything with COVID. No one's listening. Right. Or if they are, it's people to the far left that just want confirmation bias, it's called.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And, there's a fatigue, I think, that gets out that a lot of people in the electorate have, especially after an election like the one that was the Biden/Kamala Trump election, where it saturated everything everywhere. People do get a little fatigued by it. I think that makes people more susceptible to wanting just tell me what's real here. And the government shutdown seems to be a pretty good indicator that I don't see people out there that are kind of more the apolitical folks cheering on the Republicans or Democrats in this. The Democrats are screaming louder than they ever have, but it's a smaller group than they've ever had, it seems. It doesn't feel like there's a political party winning this, but it doesn't seem like the rallying cry that Orange Man bad, Republicans bad, that just seems to kind of be something that isn't a foundationally accepted fact the way it was maybe even a year ago.
Oh, you're so right about that, because Trump's getting things done, right? And this isn't cheerleading. He goes over, to the Pac Rim and signs these trade deals with Japan, with South Korea. He's doing things, right? And these are things that he ran on, and all Democrats do is go to the same play, but it is just so exhausting. It is outrage fatigue, where Trump is a threat to democracy. The ballroom at the White House is really a symbol of the tearing down of democracy. It's a ballroom. Go back to Greenland when Trump was saying we should take over that. They lose their mind and go after every bad pitch, and then end up spending 4 or 5 days getting angry about it. And it's just not working. And meanwhile, you see who's taking over the party right near me here in New Jersey, in New York City. Zohran Mamdani is going to be the next mayor of New York City. And it's going to be cheered by some in media saying that's the roadmap. See, he went far to the left and voters accepted it. No, voters 40% of them in New York City accepted it. But if you want to make him the roadmap and then have AOC follow that for president, just like I said, you think anybody's going to be able to relate to her? Any union workers, steel workers, auto workers, restaurant workers, farmers, you name it, is going to relate to her and say, I got to vote for this person? Because she's not going to do what Kamala did, which was attempt to go back to the center, or at least pretend like she did. She's going to stay far to the left, unapologetically, and she's going to get destroyed if they make her the nominee. 51 states she'll lose, which is mathematically impossible.
Before we let you go, Joe Concha, in my hometown, they trick-or-treat the night before Halloween because there's a big Halloween parade in town. It's the biggest parade they have all year. So you can trick-or-treat on both nights, but the majority of people trick-or-treat the night before. Are you going out trick-or-treating this year? And are you a grown man, somebody who dresses up in costume? Do you like to get in a costume and celebrate with your kids, or are you just the chauffeur?
Yes. So to answer the questions, on October 30th, that night it's called Goosey Night here in New Jersey, and that's where you throw toilet paper up on the people's trees and shaving cream in the windows and all that fun stuff. So that's always fun. I don't do that, however. Then on
Have you ever
Halloween,
done that?
yes.
Have you ever
What's that?
Have you ever
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
I led the charge.
I love
Back
that.
in the 80s? Forget about it.
Gotta love a good
Yeah.
teepee.
Oh, yeah. All benign, innocent stuff, And then tomorrow, yes, I am joining my kids and my wife. There's a huge block party near us where people come in from out of town. This thing gets so big. They close off the streets and everything. And the poor people that live in these houses have to buy like hundreds of dollars of candy just to keep up with all the people coming. But even one of our friends is like hiring a DJ, bartender, caterer,
That's the best.
and it's a big party in the front lawn type of thing. So, yes, I will be getting dressed up. It's kind of a mandatory thing. And I'm a little late to the game on this, but I wanted a simple costume where I don't have to put a makeup or a mask or anything like that. So is John Dutton from Yellowstone.
Oh, there you
Kevin
go.
Costner.
Yes, I love that. That's a great costume.
I could pull that off.
Yeah, you could be Rip too. The ladies love Rip. That's for sure. All right.
I grow a beard, and I still look like a 16-year-old when I try that. So
okay.
So I'm a Rip guy. I'm with you.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Kevin Costner either. Joe Concha, happy Halloween. Thank you for being here with us today. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you, Annie. Bye-bye.
Bye. Talk to you soon. Joe Concha, Fox News contributor, author of The Greatest Comeback Ever Inside Trump's Big Beautiful Campaign. I always refer to it as a historical document, the step-by-step of what happened during that 2024 election. You will listen to this and you'll be like, I lived all this. I was there for all this. I can't believe this all happened and he still won. I found myself when I was reading the book wondering what was going to happen and lamenting the fact that everything was being thrown up against this man, Donald Trump, who was fighting for his country. To look at everything that he was trying to overcome and thinking there's no way he's going to do it. That was while I was walking through Washington, D.C., and Donald Trump was, in fact, the president once again. Get that book for Christmas, for a friend, for a loved one, for yourself. The Greatest Comeback Ever Inside Trump's Big Beautiful Campaign. I got it on Audible, and Joe Concha read it to me. I don't know if he knows that. Let's take a quick break. The YouTube live chat poll. Who gets the blame for the government shutdown? Republicans, Democrats, both parties, or just keep the whole thing shut? Go vote on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
I don't know. Mama tried to tell me so. Papa wouldn't let me go. Couldn't even see a movie show. So what?
RetirementKey.com is the website to learn everything you need to know about protecting your retirement. If you're nearing retirement, even if you are just recently retired, you might be missing out on some smart moves that you need to make to ensure that retirement is, in fact, worry-free. Call the experts at the Retirement Advisory Group. Dial 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. If you're nearing retirement and you're wondering, how long is what I have worked together to save going to last me? If you're worried about a market correction and what's going to happen to your nest egg if it goes south, you give them a call, and they're going to customize for you a Retirement Advisory Group personalized structured income plan, and you will know and have the confidence that you are taken care of. You've worked hard for it. Protect it with the Retirement Advisory Group. 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. Tell them Annie sent you. Find them online at retirementkey.com.
25 years of 97.1 in St. Louis.
Hey, it's Dana Lash. Congratulations to 97.1 FM Talk on 25 years, the station where I got my start. Here's to the next 25 years.
All right, you pick them. You don't have to take my word for it. Lots of 5-star reviews out there from my friends at Rhino Shield because, like me, there are a lot of satisfied Rhino Shield customers. And what does that mean? Well, maybe you're satisfied because it's exactly the color and beautiful, vivid color that you wanted, right? With the trim and all of that, they can do in different colors, just like you would with regular paint, but it lasts for so long. Maybe you're happy because you're not out there scraping or having to pay somebody to scrape and paint every 4 or 5 years. That's what happens with regular paint. Not Rhino Shield. Goes on thick, waterproofs your house completely, protects it from the rays of the sun, gives you an insulation factor. It's fantastic. They've used it on HGTV on unpainted brick, block, aluminum, steel, hardy cement board. It's fantastic on all of it. Call them today for a free evaluation, 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Annie Fry is back because truth doesn't take a break. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. We're glad you're here with us this afternoon. The YouTube poll is about the government shutdown. I really do wonder if it's going to if anything's going to happen before the 21st. J.D. Vance was speaking outside of the White House, the 21st, November 21st being the end date for the current CR that the Republicans have been saying, pass this clean CR. We haven't put anything in it. You're not voting to include anything that wasn't already in law. We won't even ask for anything. Just extend what was currently funded through November 21st. That was in September. All of this time has passed. 30 days of a government shutdown have passed. And now we are about 22 days away from, should they pass the CR, from it being over November 21st. So when we spoke with Congressman Bost at the beginning of the 1 o'clock hour, that's this hour, he was saying that he would hope that if the Senate were to pass it, that it would include an extension past November 21st so that it would actually give them the time they need to negotiate heavy-hitting issues like Obamacare subsidies. And he said that it would be an easier effort. Gosh, every once in a while, Drew Barrymore on this show just gets my attention. I'm sorry. If they were to pass the CR to give it an extension past November 21st, that the House would be able to pick that up and pass the votes pretty easily. So that's where that stands. We're asking you on the YouTube poll who gets the blame for the government shutdown right now. You know, you'd think that this audience on a Fox News radio affiliate station here in St. Louis would lean heavily that the Democrats get the blame for it. But I'm always interested to see, you know, how many people vote for the other options, which are that the Republicans get the blame, or they both get the blame, or they just like the government to stay shut. Maybe if somebody in the Senate would pick up the Drew Barrymore way of facilitating communication, that we could come together and solve world peace, or maybe just political peace.
Using high vocabulary and sitting too close to people?
I don't know if she uses high vocabulary.
Oh, yeah. She's got a great vocabulary. It's one of the things that makes her a good interviewer. She just uses amazing words that you weren't expecting.
I think she's a genuine person.
I do, too.
I have friends who are like Drew Barrymore, very touchy-feely, very extrovertive. I am not those things. I like being around them because when I'm with them, I think I probably come off as a nicer person.
They're cozy.
Well, I don't need to be cozy with them.
Oh, I like.
And they know that, and they hug me because of it.
Well, I've said before, I think when we've talked about this topic, that my wife has a lot of those qualities.
Oh, your wife is definitely one of those people.
My wife is very Drew Barrymore-ish.
It's a compliment.
She doesn't sit too close to people, but aside from that. And she doesn't call Kamala her mamala.
The face to other person's face distance should be regulated by Congress. There should be a criminal level of distance that is too close.
The thing is, once you know on TV how close people are actually standing, it's hard to think about other things when you watch it. Like when you watch after a Cardinals broadcast and the two guys are standing in the booth talking to each other, and you realize their knuckles are almost touching.
Well, and they're like the whole side insides of their body, like all the way down the shoulder. They're just There's not a lot of room in those booths.
And you got to
And
be
in the
right.
shot.
Yeah, in the shot, you have to be right next to people
That's
for the
different,
shot
though.
to look normal.
Now, if I were watching a Cardinals post-game coverage and they were standing face to face doing that, I would be equally uncomfortable with the physical presence and proximity of those two individuals.
And they're wearing a bunch of beaded jewelry and just sort of caressing each other's faces.
I mean, I don't know what that has to do with it.
Well, that's kind of what Drew Barrymore does. She doesn't do the caressing of the face. I took that a little far.
Beaded jewelry and
Yeah.
face caressing?
She's always wearing a lot of stuff. You know, she's very
She's a
earthy
woman.
and hippie, and
She's just wearing jewelry.
well, but it's her style though. It's because every woman on that stage has a style, and they're not Drew Barrymore. She has her own style. So we're just watching TV.
Beaded jewelry.
Yeah.
You're trying to appropriate that
Wearing hemp.
to John Rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point that would make me uncomfortable with it. Thank you for taking us there. I don't know. I kind of wonder, maybe one day we'll do a poll asking our audience, are you introvert or extrovert? Is there a neither? Everybody's one or the other, right?
Yeah, but it's a spectrum, isn't it? Where you can kind of be in the middle.
No, I don't think it's a spectrum. I think you're one or the other, and that you can certainly manage what you aren't and work at it and become good at it. I mean, I would venture to say I have become a good extrovert professionally because it's required. And they're the way it was described to me, and I've heard this since then, and I think it's a great way to understand introversion versus extroversion. Introverts don't hate being out and about. Introverts don't hate being around people. Extroverts don't hate being alone. But you charge your battery. Introverts charge their battery when they're alone, and they expend energy when they're around people. And extroverts charge their battery when they're around people, and they spend their energy when they're alone. And I think that that's a really interesting way to put introversion versus extroversion, simply because I always find myself, and I think a lot of people might relate to this as well. I'm an introvert. I love being in my family room, on my comfy couches, next to the fireplace, under blankets, in my comfy clothes, with my family in the room, watching whatever it is that they want to watch. Let's just chill together at home with our people. But when we go out and about, once I'm there and I'm out and about with the people doing the things, I love it. And I always think, this is fun. Why don't I do this more often? And I'm like, oh, it's because I prefer the other place. But once I get there, I'm excited to be there. I don't not like being around those people. It feels like more work to me to be out and about and in conversations and all that type of stuff. And I would assume that extroverts every once in a while have that cozy rainy day on the couch where they're watching whatever they want on, their favorite platform, and they're just being by themselves and enjoying the company of themselves. And they're like, oh, this isn't that bad. I could kind of get used to this. And then they do it for an evening and they're like, where am I going tomorrow? What am I doing? I need some plans. And so I don't think that I think that people are one or the other. Can you really be just in the middle?
Well, I think you can lean toward one or another and then not hate the other one. But yeah, you kind of have to be one or the other. But let me ask you this. Does your family count as being around people? Or is that just being at home?
No, I think that's
being alone.
When I'm with my family, I don't have to do any work when I'm, well, that's not true. But I mean, like, it's not emotional labor to come up with conversations and make sure that I'm investing energy in other people so that they feel cared for and seen. It seems kind of cold and shallow to say that I don't have to do that on my family. When you're around your family, you just do it. It just is. Am I right?
Yeah, that's why I was asking. But I've always been an introvert too. But I find that after having a family, having kids now, and I'm always around people, I think I'm more extroverted than I used to be. That it actually does charge my battery more than it used to, but I'm still an introvert.
I wouldn't be surprised either if with age I feel like more people probably lean more into introversion. What I was going to say is you care less. Because when you're young and you're out and about and you're trying to impress people, if you're not married yet, or if you're trying to partner up or make new friends or make new acquaintances, it's work. It's effort. And you have to care about all the things to present yourself in a way that is attractive for whatever kind of relationship you're trying to get out of that moment. Probably care a little bit less about all of that when you're 42 and you're at the soccer team barbecue. It's like, This is just it. This is it. Take it or leave it, buddy. Let us know, introvert or extrovert, in the YouTube chat. We'll be right back.
The ACA Market Plan has just announced significant increases on their monthly premiums for 2026, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Greg Hammond's Freedom of Choice plans now. You don't have to wait. One of their plans lets you use any doctor, has 0 outpatient deductibles, and it's 30 to 60% lower than most Obamacare plans. Other options are full coverage PPOs with national networks, copays, and 100% annual preventative care. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Greg, and they'll provide all available options. Call 314-794-7784. That's 314-794-7784. Or go to greghammonds.com. That's greghammonds.com. He can custom design a plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
AirComfortService.com is the website. Have you reached out to Air Comfort Service for your furnace needs this winter? Now's a good time to call 314-513-0091 and have them come give it a look. Maintenance if necessary, a tune-up if necessary. But also, I want you to consider some of the other options that Air Comfort Service has to ensure that your comfort zone reaches further than just temperature in your home. Corey and the team at Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation, they have a variety of indoor air quality products that can make your home more comfortable and help you breathe cleaner, healthier air. For a free estimate on a whole home air purifier, give them a call, and it can help you relieve or eliminate allergy symptoms, pet dander, bacteria, viruses, odors, and more. As the weather gets colder, air becomes drier. You can also ask them about a whole home humidifier. Reach out to them at 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091. Reach out to them, tell them Andy said hi. AirComfortService.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for Underdog Fantasy, and football season is in full swing, and Underdog is simply the best place to get in on all of the action all season long. You can select entries and win money right now in Missouri, and it's super easy. It really is. Underdog is fun. It's easy. All you have to do is choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats. So for football, rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. You can make baseball entries. You can cross, mix, and match with different sports. You can get your entries right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the app today. Sign up with the promo code MARKR, M-A-R-K-R. That gets you $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, the promo code is MARKR, $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Underdog Fantasy.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
A united front at the White House. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Pass a clean CR right now and then figure out the problems moving forward.
Teamsters President Sean O'Brien, alongside other union leaders and airline CEOs, urging an end to the government shutdown, just out of a meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance.
To any Democrat in the United States Senate, we are happy to talk about any policy issue. We're happy to talk about health care policy. We're happy to talk about tax policy. We're happy to talk about regulatory policy, but not at the point of a gun.
Vance says Democrats are holding the government hostage by not backing a short-term spending bill. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warning of holiday travel disruptions if the shutdown continues, as more air traffic controllers and pilots turn to other jobs to feed their families. They're working without pay. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
This is not a fight for Democrats or Republicans. It's a fight for the American people.
Calling it a moral issue to keep fighting for issues including Obamacare subsidies to be part of a bill to reopen government. Members of Congress get a briefing about U.S. strikes on suspected drug boats.
Democrats like California Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs left the briefing on Capitol Hill frustrated with what they say was a lack of answers.
The level of transparency was not okay. They did not bring the lawyers. They did not bring the intelligence folks. And there's nothing that we heard in there that changes my assessment that this is completely illegal.
Trump administration officials briefing the House Armed Services Committee on the dozens of lethal strikes on alleged cartel boats in the Caribbean, which the administration says are trafficking deadly drugs.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. Some Republicans have argued the strikes take the fight to designated terrorist organizations. President Trump had said that Congress would be briefed. He's also said he does not plan to seek a war authorization. America is listening to Fox News.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
It's a chilly Thursday afternoon, 58 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. We drop out of the 50s quickly this evening, 40 for the overnight low. Friday, sunny, breezy, 60 degrees. Trick-or-treat time, upper 40s, low 50s, 41 for the overnight low Friday night. Saturday, partly sunny, maybe a sprinkle, 55, and Sunday, sunny and 59. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist, Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 56 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance and installation, and heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Rain.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. The poll, who gets blamed for the government shutdown? Today, we're going to take some texts on this as well. You can text 314-241-9797. Did you put the link in to the bounce back for the YouTube video?
No, I didn't. I was waiting to get approval, but yeah, we could do it.
Trisha said we can.
Okay.
She was going to come in here. She's got a lot going on today. Costume contest in the building.
Yeah, it's a chili cook-off today in the office.
Oh, I said costume contest.
It's both.
I understand where your priorities lie. How much chili have you eaten today?
Oh my gosh. I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish, maybe 10 pots of chili, and I tried each one of them. And
how much is a taste?
I used the littler cups that exist elsewhere from that room.
Is it like a Dixie cup?
Not quite Dixie. It was a little bit bigger than that. So I had, probably a total of 3 or 4 big, like full bowls of chili at the end of it.
Any standout winner?
There was one that I thought was the best, but when I looked in the cups where you vote, it had the least amount of tickets. So I must have been.
Was it your chili?
No, I didn't bring one. I thought about bringing. I'm sure you could do this. Just pouring chili from a can in there and then doctoring it a little bit.
I think a lot of people do that.
I'm sure a lot of people do, and I thought about doing that, but I just thought,
why?
If I'm gonna do it, I need to do it. You know why?
What's the prize?
I don't know. I wish I knew.
Free chili.
It's probably friendship.
Are you going to dress up with your kids?
Yeah, we have a theme this year. We never really do this. And the 3 kids wanted to dress up in similar theme.
I was going to say, who instigated family costuming?
The kids for sure, because we don't really do it.
And who's more excited to participate in family costuming, you or your wife?
Oh, man, my wife.
My money would be on Mrs. Wiggins.
Would it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was, when she realized we had a theme, she got kind of excited about it.
What's the theme?
It's just Star Wars. But the kids really wanted to do Star Wars, including my daughter wanted to dress up as Rey.
Who are you?
I am. My
Chewie.
costume is here. No, I am standard Star Wars guy, probably from Tatooine. I'm not a guy. I just have this outfit that looks Star Warsy, and I don't think I'm any character. I'll wear it tomorrow if you want to. I'll wear it in just so you can see it. Because it's real. That's one of the reasons I bought it.
I don't need it,
so
Ryan.
easy. It's so easy to put on.
If I want you to.
You know what? I'll put it on in this hour because it's here. I'll put it on right after this segment. I'll wear it for Ethan's Sports and Local.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We kind of talked a little bit about here and there about dressing up as a show this year. Nothing materialized.
Nah.
I wonder if people are disappointed.
We had a few ideas, but I don't think we landed on anything.
What were the ideas?
Well, mine was that we dress up as each other. And I was going to dress up as you.
Didn't I ask the question we need to discuss? We need to decide who would dress up with whom, and then nobody
then nothing
replied.
happened.
Yeah, so
We just got sidetracked.
well, I participated in the conversation.
Thank
and it
you
never,
for your contribution.
But then you quit on your own idea.
And I just said I would do it, and then nobody said anything else. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to work that hard at it.
Can I get that clip? How would you dress up as me?
I already knew how. That's why I thought, I
What
could
would
do
it-
this.
what?
I could do this.
There's a way that I would dress up. There's a caricature of me that I would venture.
I don't really know what shirt I would wear, but I would probably want to borrow your Orphan Annie shirt just to it said Annie on it, so people would know that I'm you. But I have just a blonde wig, and I'd probably put lipstick on.
It'd probably be super flattering.
Oh, I'm sure it would. And that was the idea, is that it would look pretty bad. Man, you know what would be funny?
Thanks,
is
man.
if I wore the Orphan Annie shirt, so people are like, oh, you're dressed as Annie, and I'm wearing a blonde wig, and all my makeup I just did super trashy. That'd have been really funny. Don't you think?
Thanks.
It would have been great, wouldn't it? I can see the look on your face. You love it.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear it in her voice.
Mm-hmm.
She just loves that idea. Should
How
I
do-
do that tomorrow? That's tomorrow's poll.
Yeah, do that. You should dress up as me tomorrow.
No, I'm going to be from Tatooine.
How do we know?
I
How
don't
do we know? Like,
Brad,
what's
Brad
the
will be able
signature
to tell me. because
Tatooine.
It's just like a desert.
Would that
kinda...
make you? I think that would make you a Tatooine.
Oh, that's super. That's super entertaining. I'm glad that you said that.
I'm
Everybody's having
suddenly-
a good time.
In favor of it.
All right, fine. Brad, you can see my outfit because I will. I'll put
Oh,
it
look
on.
at his little Tatooine.
No, don't do that. Especially Brad, don't do that. Actually, it'd be worse if Annie did that. I feel worse about myself if you did it.
You dressed up and everything.
And what's your name?
All right, fine. Ethan Sports and Local. I will wear exactly what I'm wearing now because everybody thinks it's gonna be so fun and funny to make fun of me. So you just don't even get it. You don't get the costume at all.
Nobody's begging you to go put this costume
Then-
on. You
then it's
decided to
staying
take your
off.
ball and come home. You're the one who brought the ball in, and everyone's like, meh.
He's like, fine. I'll dress up.
No,
Okay.
you lost it now. You lost the privilege of seeing me in standard Star Wars garb.
Darn. I don't know what I'm going to
canvas
do
shirt
with
with a
myself
deep
now.
V
What are
neck
you
or
dressing?
something?
Are you going trick or treating tonight?
I'm taking my children.
Are you dressing up?
No.
Are they dressing up?
Yes.
Do they have a theme?
No.
What can you tell me what they are?
Sure. They did it last night. We went to the trunk or treat at Metro East Lutheran High School. Molly is Rapunzel. Evelyn is Wanda or / Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Jensen is a cow because that's kind of a they have a classroom costume competition, so they'll dress up tomorrow, and the teacher is going to be a farmer, and then all the 8th graders are going to be cows. So it's a $25 cow onesie. I was like, it'll be fleece, it'll be comfortable. She's like, fine, whatever. So she kind of got bullied into that one by her classmates, I guess. But it's a cute costume, whatever. It's just like one of those PJ onesie types of things. And Charlie dressed up as Mustard.
The condiment holder or the condiment itself? Is it all over the place? Is he the bottle or is he just what's in the bottle? Why is there so much silence in this segment?
Because you keep saying
it's so dead.
ridiculous
It's
things.
such a dead silence segment.
How you think that he potentially is dressing up as a yellow blob and saying I'm mustard?
Listen, my job here
It is my
is
job
to
to
come
sit
up
here and
with
listen to you.
very, very creative takes on the things that we're talking about in
See,
a given moment.
Your job is to facilitate conversation.
That's also true, but I'm not good at that, and everybody knows it.
That's not true either.
So I'm going to take a pass on that and just come up with horrible things.
You're right. I'm wrong. He is a bottle of mustard. I'm sorry
Thank
for the
you.
vague explaining.
Thank you very much.
Of all of the things that mustard could be. Most people go Colonel Mustard, and then I say no, mustard. You're the first person to say, like, the condiment holder. Who's ever said the condiment holder? You say, or is he just, your words were all over the place. That was what you said. Mustard, is it just like all over the place? End quote.
Yeah. Like if I were, is he 15?
Mm-hmm.
If I were 15 years old, I would think it would be great to tell people, yeah, I'm going to come to the party as mustard and then just cover myself in mustard.
Yeah, I believe that. That's.
In fact, I'm not beyond that at 44.
Also believable.
I don't get invited to a lot of parties.
I wonder why.
For some reason.
It was from the mayonnaise. You walk in your mayonnaise, and everyone thought you were going to be the Hellman's bottle of mayonnaise, but you just came in as mayonnaise, and everyone's like, "What are you?"
People love their furniture, apparently. Ooh, don't go there, Ryan. That's upholstered. All that crap I got to deal with when I go to a party and I'm just trying to have a good time, bring some joy into people's lives. And now people are all worried about their crap. This is a great segment. Great flow.
Great flow. You want to talk about your procedure you want to get done?
Now?
No. I don't know. Let's take a break and get Ethan in here.
No kidding.
I was going to do you a favor.
Well, sometime.
I'm here for you, right?
Sometime we'll
You said
talk
you wanted
about
to
that.
talk about it.
And right now, I don't think anybody listening who would have the ability to do that would go, yeah, I take that guy pretty seriously.
Right now, I don't think anybody's listening. We'll be right back.
No need to get technical on heating and cooling. We all want our houses to cool, correct? When it's heating season, we want them to heat, correct? There's not much more to it than that, but I can give you some pointers and tips on the efficiencies, meaning the efficiencies of your house. What you can do to make your house more efficient, and then deciding on what system to purchase, therefore maximizing every single dollar you spent for a furnace and air conditioner. Not spending maximum dollars on a furnace and air conditioner because you're told of an efficiency rating, and that's it. So again, a common sense approach. When you start getting prices for new furnace and air conditioners, call me. It's one easy number, Missouri and Illinois. Again, Missouri and Illinois, the only number, 314-293-2600. Again, that's 314-293-2600, or on the internet, it is bartinman.com. That's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead on your terms. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Hold up. Check it out. Sports and local.
City News with Ginger Brokaw.
Oh, Ginger Brokaw. Is that new? I've never heard that one.
That was a listener one.
I like it.
I don't like it.
Why?
Because I'm not a ginger.
Ethan, I hate to break this to you. 2 points.
I will fight this to my grave.
That's okay. 2 points. 1, you're a ginger.
Nope.
2, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Not true and not true.
Does ginger imply something about you and your integrity and character as a person?
Yes.
Careful, we've got a few gingers listening. Probably not as many as before.
But just know that I'm not one of you.
He loves you. He doesn't respect you.
Correct.
Okay, let's hold on, Ethan. Put a pin in that. Ryan, what is the derogatory nature of being a ginger?
I think he's implying that you're an idiot. Or
I'm implying that you're an idiot?
Well, if you have red hair, that would imply that you're stupid or something, or Irish.
That's blonde.
I don't know what you're implying. What's the negative of being a redhead?
No, a ginger. You're definitely a redhead, right?
I'm a strawberry blonde.
Oh, Lord.
What's the difference between ginger and redhead? I thought that was the same thing.
I think that ginger is like the fiery orange hair, like Ed Sheeran. I am not Ed Sheeran in multiple ways, but specifically with my hair.
You, sir, are no Ed Sheeran. I've heard Ed Sheeran.
Let's get some blues news.
There is no blues. Wait, did the Blues play last night? No, they didn't play last night. There is no blues news. I have 0 blues news for you, besides that they play tonight. They do play tonight. That is your blues news.
Thank you.
They play the Vancouver Canucks.
Are gingers usually this angry? Clunk.
It's one of the things.
There you go. Don't use the other bell. He goes to ring the bell, and it sounds like this.
And then I tried blocking the good bell.
I'll do it by
his
hand.
hand hit my hand, so I hit the bell.
He's an angry elf.
The bad bell sounds like this.
It's a Disney World bell, too. That's
I know.
too bad.
It's probably expensive.
It wasn't
Probably
cheap.
3 times the price of this bell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go on.
What happened to you getting dressed up? I thought you were going to get
You all
dressed
lost
up.
that privilege when you called me a wiener.
I didn't call you a wiener, but I got
would
called a
never.
ginger.
I called you a Tatooine.
That's real close.
It's just because you're from Tatooine. You're the one who kept talking about
I'm
it.
not. I'm wearing a black shirt and jeans.
What would someone from Tatooine be called?
I think we've already determined.
Mm-hmm. A Tatooine. I guess it's a Tatooine.
So
Actually, it could be a Tatooiner. I hadn't really considered the alternative. Ryan's going to
Go get
participate
dressed
in
right
my.
now.
No, don't do that
Go.
to him. It won't come back. Well, I don't know. Next, Ethan.
You mean first?
Whatever.
Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe has announced yesterday that the state will expedite food assistance for Missourians before federally funded SNAP benefits run out in November. Because SNAP benefits are funded entirely by the federal government, now shut down for nearly 1 month, the state cannot use its own appropriations to extend the program, but state officials can still help Missourians by redirecting other sources. So Kehoe directed $10.6 million that was transferred from the Senior Service Growth and Development Fund. And then he also distributed $5 million to Missouri food banks with money from the state's temporary assistance for needy families fund. So, I mean, I don't know how much daily is spent if you were to divide it all out on food stamps, but I guess this will keep them going for a little while longer. Annie is losing it over there. No, she's not losing it. Governor Pritzker did something on the
Now I'm gonna lose it.
on the Illinois side as well. He signed an executive order that's going to direct $20 million towards food banks in response to SNAP benefits stopping on the 1st. According to Pritzker's office, nearly 2 million Illinoisans,
Pritzker is an Illinois weenie. He's a wiener.
Nice, good job.
There's another word for it, but let's go on.
So
we just prefer to be called blank heads. I can't say the word on the radio.
No.
No, you
Go
cannot.
back to being silent. Go back to reclining in your chair.
I am.
Trying to. You're not. Now you're talking again. You gotta commit to the bit, bud. There you go. Much better.
Goes into a bunch of different parts of this EO that I really don't want to read. I will just read the first one. It says Illinois will direct $28 million in state funding to support food banks across Illinois as food banks and pantries across the state likely increase demand due to the pause on SNAP funds.
I got a text message from a friend who's married to a ginger.
Hold on, define ginger.
Well,
Ed Sheeran level ginger, or someone that has maybe a touch of red in their mostly blonde hair?
I would say ginger, just like you, Ethan. But this person said, I'm not going to name names as to not get this person in trouble, but they said next time you see his wife, call her the G word. I'll help plan your funeral.
What's the problem?
And then I go, is it a slur? And he said, I don't think so, but she sure does have that feeling with it. I've even tried it with an A on the end, like ginger. Drop the ER from ginger. And he said, didn't help.
When you first said that, I thought, why would he call her Gingera?
Dear Lord.
Maybe try that one next, Ben.
You are unbelievable.
Go on, Ginger.
I got zoo news.
Zoo news.
The St. Louis Zoo has recently welcomed 2 Amur leopard cubs, a critically endangered species. Get this, with only 100 left in the wild.
Is it because the zoo took them? Just kidding. Go on.
You make this so hard for me.
You sounded like that one Muppet.
Beaker?
Is it? Yes. I was thinking it. Do it again. Do the story like Beaker would do it.
2 unnamed cubs will remain in private maternity den
That's
for
not
several
Beaker.
more months.
Beaker just
I don't
goes,
know.
That's all I hear anyway.
He's a ginger too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the origin.
What time is it?
got tons of time.
It's not time.
Yeah,
this
wait,
feels like Wiggins America today.
This is
that
really
clock wrong.
crawling.
Holy cow.
This whole hour is.
You don't have to do like Beaker. Unless you want
thank
to, I
God.
won't stop you.
Nope, I am good.
Oh, the Blues play tonight. Oh, yeah?
Go Blues in that
4 straight,
5-game
huh?
losing streak.
Beaker's super underrated. That's so funny.
The Boeing strike continues. Are you kidding me? How long has that been going now?
Almost 3 months.
Man, we can only do this once. We better get everything out of it.
Deep breath. All right.
Finally, a good bit.
He says he hasn't tried Gingera yet. Haven't tried that yet. Gonna give it a try.
Gingera. Excuse me, Gingera. Gary Flood.
Damn it. Leopards?
Did you just cuss?
Nope. Nothing left on leopards. That's all I have on the leopards. But I do have something on THC drinks.
You know what they should do with those leopards is just get them to have a ton of sex. That's how you're going to save that species. I'm no zoologist, but if you
Ryan, these are leopard cubs.
Pump that
They
air
are
full
babies.
of Johnny Donkin's pheromones,
They are
and then you set them loose and played a little Marvin Gaye, you're going to save that
What
species.
is wrong with you?
These are babies.
How much chili did
These are
you
I
leopard
eat?
just told you
cubs.
I'm no zoologist.
Was there
I don't know
THC
anything
chili
about
out
these
there?
things. I do understand reproduction. Well. And to me,
Why
that's
did
a
the
nice
voice
night.
go down to like Barry Manilow levels there? I don't know about that.
I think
Next.
it might be sexy for some people to even watch that.
Oh,
That's what-
Ryan!
that's-
What's the matter with you?
Go.
That was too far.
Go. Get your Tatooine
Listen, I'm just
costume
gonna,
on.
I'm just going to ring
Get
the
out
bell.
of here.
I'm just going to ring the bell every time I say something inappropriate.
Ethan? Help.
Missouri's market for THC drinks has actually been growing pretty fast, so much so that a new report says that it could haul $75 million a year. The industry is facing its first major political crackdown, though, as state lawmakers push to restrict a product that they say is currently legal but lacking regulation.
So you could have mixed these stories together.
Does THC in a drink make you feel high or just make you feel calm? Or is it the same thing?
You're looking at me like I've done it before. I
Ryan,
got
you're
nothing
currently
from
high.
it.
Tell us when
I tell you one thing. When you drink your weed, you want to watch some snow leopards.
Ryan,
later on.
you are going to, it is mandatory homework to go home and listen back to this segment and experience yourself.
Gosh, I'm
and
so
then
busy. It's almost Halloween.
ask yourself, what
gotta
did I
get dressed
do?
up.
What did I do?
No, thank you.
It's going to have to happen.
Should I finish this or not?
I don't even know what we'd be finishing.
What they're doing right now.
Finish
So THC drink, is there a very popular brand of THC drink? Is there like a leading THC drink that is available right now?
Ryan.
This room does not know.
Oh, I have no idea how you even drink pot. I would think you'd kind of mash it up into sort of a paste and then water it down.
All right, I keep trying, but
I'm looking, and I don't.
so
I'm looking. I looked it up, and I'm
show.
not seeing anything that stands out. Let's see. This one's 420 Fizz, Fizzy Janes.
Is it classy?
This one's called Trees.
Is it classy to walk around a party with a Fizzy Janes? Let's say it's a professional development party, and you're meeting with your bosses. You're like, "Hey, Ethan just showed up with a Fizzy James. It's got the leaf, the marijuana leaf on it."
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you for hitting the bell. Alderman Shane Cohn has reintroduced legislation aimed at restricting the sale of hemp-derived THC beverages and edibles to licensed marijuana dispensaries. The move follows a similar proposal by State Senator Nick Schroer, which was previously filibustered by St. Louis Democratic state senators.
My apologies to Nick Shore for being associated with this radio show in this segment.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, our deepest apologies, Nick.
You keep adding to the content. But the more you add, the more it feels like a subtraction.
Why don't you do 2 or 3 more? You're just looking at your watch.
We're all looking at our watches. You got a voicemail. It's probably our boss saying, please come see us.
You're fired.
Listen, you guys got great flow today. That's what he's going to say.
Ryan, you take us out of the segment. You go ahead. We'll just sit here and wait.
This is the Eddie Fry Show, 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Injured in a rideshare accident? Whether you're driving or riding, Kaufman Townsley knows how to handle these tough cases. We fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Kaufman Townsley. Real people. Real results. Call 314-500-5000.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, are you currently receiving steady paychecks? What about when you're retired? Will you receive a monthly check to cover your expenses and also have some fun? Marvin Mitchell and the team at Compass Retirement Solutions calls this mailbox money. It's a monthly check you'll receive throughout retirement. They don't want you to worry about if the money will show up or how much money you'll receive. The only thing they want you to think about is how to spend it when it arrives. Find out how to get enough money in your mailbox every month when you're retired. Call Marvin Mitchell and the Compass Retirement Solutions team at 314-373-1598 to start working on a plan that can help you create the monthly income you'll need in retirement. Call 314-373-1598 right now and schedule a visit with Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
We've been here to talk about it with you for 25 years. Celebrating 97.1 FM Talk's 25th birthday this month.
Hi. How long has been playing?
Couple minutes.
Yep.
Really? Yeah. When did you leave? About 5 minutes ago.
Oh, no, not even possible. Did you do a time check in that one?
No.
Thank
How
you
long
for
was that
noticing.
break?
Sort of.
That break was like a minute 30.
That's not enough time to go pee.
It's not. We
It's really
expect you
not.
to hold it or
And
wear diapers.
I was literally in there washing my hands, and I was like, the water pressure is not strong enough to get the soap off of my hands fast enough. And I was like, for a second thought, maybe I'd tell you that as like, is there something we can do about it? But
Trisha's going to go fix that.
Hold on, I'll be back. Just get my wrench out.
I guess this really is your fault for not wearing diapers.
Are you ready?
It's true that I don't wear diapers.
There's a day coming.
Trisha, I can't do this any longer. I can't.
I'm here. I guarantee nothing. Yeah, I'm ready when you're ready.
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
Nope. Just in general, no.
Monkey gets...
Can you see him? Do you see him right now?
Yes.
I'm not going to get to speak in this segment.
Monkey gets loose inside Spirit Halloween store. A pet monkey got loose from its owner at a Spirit Halloween store in Texas and spent more than 30 minutes swinging from rafters and poles. That's what they do. A Spirit Halloween employee said
What do they want the monkey to do?
The
Non-monkey
monkey to
things?
sit there quietly and play the cymbals.
Run the cashier? I don't know. What is the monkey supposed to do?
Well, apparently he was spooked by an animatronic display and fled from his owner.
We all are.
Eventually, a cookie was offered to the monkey, and the owner was able to regain control.
Happy ending.
This is kind of how we get Ryan under control.
That's really the spirit of all
Would
of Halloween.
somebody get a cookie right now
That's
in here?
how Halloween was formed.
Police say the monkey was not injured and did not pose any danger to the store's human customers.
I hope there was a press conference. That
Just the monkey
did.
talking.
No, the police. People were like, sir, was the monkey injured?
No, he was not. He's fine. Enjoying a cookie. Annie, are you okay with Spirit Halloween stores?
Sure. It's a cookie. Bribe him. Take the cookie. Ryan.
What is happening in the show today?
I don't know.
Nothing sensible,
You know,
that's
it's
for
been
sure.
fine until 2 o'clock.
Spirit, I went to Johnny Brock's this week.
Great store.
Yep, that's where we got Evelyn's Scarlet Witch costume. We got, Molly has a Rapunzel wig. It's long and blonde. Not ginger. And we also got Charlie's mustard costume, which is, just to be specific, the bottle of mustard, not just a splotch of mustard.
We're
that he
covered
is
in mustard, not
going
a
to be-
splotch. That would be ridiculous.
So he's a full mustard bottle?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. He's got a hat. It's the top of the mustard.
That's cool.
He's going with his buddies. This is something I want to discuss at some point during today's show or tomorrow. He's going with his buddies trick-or-treating tonight. They're 15. They're going with his buddies' younger siblings. But there are going to be some 15-year-old boys who are 6 feet tall and bigger who are going to be dressed up as mustard, pickle. Someone's going to be a Hershey bar, but like full-on costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel very strongly that if they're going to get dressed up and go out and trick-or-treat, that they should be welcomed and applauded for their efforts. But I know that there are people who think that like once you're 12 or 13, you should stop trick-or-treating. We'll get to that conversation later, so put a pin in that. Spirit Halloween stores are fine, but if you've not been to Johnny Brock's yet,
that's where it's at.
You could go tonight, and it's the reason why we go there now. Because I would go to a spirit store. I've gone to them before. The reason I go to Johnny Brock's is because they have everything. Mm-hmm. They have everything, and it's good quality costumes for what you're going to get for that purpose, and you can find it all in one place at one time. And Johnny Brock's is not incentivizing me to say any of this. I paid full price for all of my costumes. It's just the place to go.
Japanese butt breathing technique could help people with lung conditions.
I saw this.
Thanks.
Japanese
Ryan.
and U.S. researchers have developed a groundbreaking treatment for people who can't breathe through their lungs by delivering oxygen to their butt.
Does it get to the lungs eventually?
Can we get the rest of the story before you ask questions?
Results from the first human clinical trial testing the technique suggest that it's safe and well tolerated. It works like an enema, with researchers slipping oxygen-rich liquid straight into the rectum using a lubricated tube. They recruited 27 healthy and brave men who agreed to have varying amounts of a special liquid inserted into their butt to hold for 60 minutes.
Is it an active participation? Like, do you have to hold it in?
What do you mean is an active participation?
I mean, I think that you just sort of sit there and
It's
it
not a
happens
surprise.
to you.
Clinch.
Yeah, are you like, oh, really trying to breathe better here?
It's so cold.
Was that lubricated?
Annie, are you okay with butt breathing?
What's a serious question?
I don't know that it is.
It's not breathing. They're inserting some sort of oxygen sac into their rectum.
I mean, it seems like it. I don't know. It seems like it could be good for some people that need help.
I am in favor of healthy lifestyles and
careful
people's pursuit to have them. I don't know. How does Kamala Harris not answer questions? That's I'm here to talk about the present.
Just start complaining about Donald Trump.
What do you think about butt breathing, Kamala?
Trump is a dictator tyrant. Why are you not focused on the real issues at hand? We have to stop him.
Oh, this is science, Annie.
What do you think about butt breathing?
I'll tell you about the science. Huh?
What do you think about butt breathing? Well, I'm here to talk about the present. What?
It makes as much sense as what she gets away with in these stupid interviews that she does.
I want to hear a real broadcast journalist have like the full intro.
You have to tune into another station.
And then like news out of Japan. Just try to treat it straight. You know, like this is just what's going on over there on those islands.
I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for you.
It's fine. Spanish town bans black cat adoptions over fear of Halloween rituals. Any adoption or fostering requests for black cats will be denied from October 1st to November 10th to prevent possible risk derived from superstitions, rituals, or irresponsible uses. The Animal Welfare Service of Teresa, a town north of Barcelona, announced earlier this month. The welfare group warns cats can be hurt, killed, or used as props during Halloween rituals. Normal adoption and fostering processes will resume after Halloween. Annie, are you okay with cats?
I don't prefer them. I don't care if other people have cats. Definitely not a cat lady. I've got 2 pups myself. But I've heard it seems like a regular thing that shelters have to protect black cats around this time of year, which is really sad.
Well, so they protect them, and then at the end of the month, they're like, yeah, go ahead and have them. Just, you got to keep them till the next Halloween.
Yeah. I don't prefer cats. I know people who are very, they have cats. They love their cats like I love my dogs. It's kind of weird that dogs and cats can be such a divider of people. Like they're pets. Mm-hmm. They're hairy pets that need to be fed. They need to be watered. They need to be cared for. What's the main difference between having the affection, the relationship you establish as having a cat as a pet versus a dog? What is the difference? Why are dog people and cat people cat people?
Dogs are full of love, and their owners are full of love. Cats, however, are hateful, spiteful, and their owners are too.
Okay. That's Ryan's opinion.
Surgeons remove...
Ender says cats are a-holes.
I did hear that cats will eat you if you die, where dogs will lay there and starve with you, but if you die, your cat will eat you.
Never heard that.
Yeah.
No.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I don't
Well,
know.
guess who's not planning on dying now? Me.
Good idea. Surgeons remove up to 100 magnets from New Zealand teen's gut.
Is this a fetish thing?
It's a 13-year-old boy in New Zealand swallowed up to 100 high-power magnets he bought on Temu, forcing surgeons to remove tissue from his intestines.
Oh.
After suffering for days of abdominal pain, the unnamed teen was taken to the hospital. He disclosed that he did ingest approximately 80 to 100 high-power magnets.
This wasn't like an influencer, like an online challenge or something, was it?
Unclear. But apparently the x-ray showed the magnets had clumped together in 4 straight lines inside this kid's belly. They took it out. He's fine. He spent some time in the hospital. Temu issued a statement saying it was sorry to learn of the boy's surgery. Annie, are you okay with Temu?
No, Temu is everything is cheap because you're the product. The products aren't the product. The same way, my understanding is, I hope I'm getting this correct, but my understanding is in the same way that TikTok follows you around everywhere you go on your phone, tracks everything, keystrokes and everything. Temu's doing the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. So what you're saving on Temu, you're giving them in data that they're using against you. And I didn't realize that. I heard that from somebody who does high-level military security and was like, never, ever, ever buy stuff on Temu. And I had no idea that was the case. When you brought up Temu, I'm waiting for Temu to sue Jasmine Crockett for calling Trump Temu Hitler. Like, she's using a company that a lot of people use. She's using it as a slur against Temu to attach Donald Trump and Hitler. The Temu thing right there is the connective tissue to like make the insult happen. And people joke about something being Temu, this, that, or the other thing, basically saying it's the second-rate version of what you're actually trying to get. But Jasmine Crockett continues to repeat that line over and over and over again. I'm surprised that she hasn't been told to knock that off yet.
I'm surprised throughout this whole debate about TikTok that we as the American public have not picked up that China could use a different app. That they were going to go, oh, let's use TikTok. Oh, shoot, they figured it out. I guess we can't do anything now. This communist country has not figured out how to use any other app other than TikTok.
There's other ones that I remember in that conversation, which was a couple years ago, they were listed out that anytime it's like kind of like if it's too good to be true, it probably is, but that these types of apps that lure people in with super low prices are actually using your data against you.
I've ordered things off Temu, and I wonder if it matters because I didn't
China
do
knows.
it on my phone. I did it only on my laptop.
No,
That's
that doesn't
from
make a difference.
1995.
That doesn't make a difference.
Yes, beat the system. Still got the cheap stuff.
No, it doesn't make
Oh,
a
you
difference.
mean for
Ryan
them?
loves a deal.
Darn it.
No, it's if you're using the internet to purchase something wherever you're using the internet, then you're granting permission for a whole host of things that have a lot more to do with than just your Temu purchase.
I write all my anti-Chinese propaganda on that laptop, so I'm a little concerned now.
And finally, Alan Hamill creates AI clone of late wife Suzanne Summers 2 years after her death. 2 years after the actress passed at 76, her husband and partner of 55 years has started putting plans into action that he says the two had discussed for decades. It's called the Suzanne AI twin. To get the likeness
really
and speech just right.
Deep cut on the name. Susan AI twin.
I love you forever, Susan AI twin.
Yeah.
I never want to lose you.
To get the likeness and speech just right, the AI has been trained with all of Suzanne's 27 books and a lot of interviews that she's done. Once I'm satisfied that we have everything, then we will put her on SuzanneSummers.com and we'll invite all of her fans and our customers to come and talk to her, Hamill told People magazine. Annie, are you okay with AI twins?
I don't know that she approved it, right? Mm-hmm. She was okay with it. I think if you're in control of that image and it gets created, that's one thing. If it's being done against other people's wishes or without the expressed written consent of those people, that could be a problem. But, I can think of, haven't there been concerts where like Michael Jackson is performing?
Mm-hmm.
Tupac.
That they have the ability to have like Michael Jackson up there on the stage and do his moonwalking thing. As long as the right people are giving permission to do that, I think that's fine. And I think the big problem with AI is one that's used to deceive people. If I go to a concert and I see Michael Jackson pop up on the stage, I got a pretty good idea that
Is that him?
It's not actually him. Now Tupac, on the other hand, I might be like, is that actually him?
Is that him?
But I think that as long as it's not being used to deceive, I think the deception that can exist with artificially formed things that can be consumed as real and like news stories, I just don't believe anything anymore. I see videos and pictures and stuff on the internet, and I get stuff sent to me all the time by people who are listening like, is this true? And it's always like, obviously this is not true. But I guess truth is stranger than fiction sometimes, so maybe it's becoming harder to tell.
I think the funniest thing about this story, because I had read this a couple days ago, is that both Suzanne Summers, who approved this, and her husband think that there is just this insatiable desire to continue to talk
What will the
to
people do without you?
Suzanne Summers and to glean from the knowledge from her health books, and like these things are going to live on for millennia. We have to capture it right now.
Ethan, a question here from the YouTube chat. Joe says, who wins in a fight, Ryan or AI Ryan?
Gosh, they're both equally stupid, probably. So.
That was rough.
Although one of them is implied to be artificially intelligent.
Which one?
Ryan?
I think AI Ryan wins this battle. I'm just not committed to fighting myself in that way. I'm more of a lover. And so if AI Ryan
just
came
ask
along,
the lemurs.
I'd just say,
Or
you know
leopards.
what, buddy? You got this
Or
one.
whatever it was.
You go ahead and take this one. And then it would just murder me.
I can imagine, though. I can imagine them getting ready to fight, and then all of a sudden on the screen pops up 2 leopards, and they both just kind of
Start going
get
at it.
distracted and just start watching.
Maybe
and
we
they
should
become
do this
best friends.
at Guns and Hoses.
I think AI Ryan brings 2 leopards to distract Ryan, real Ryan. That's how that goes down. All right, let's take a quick break. Results of the YouTube poll. Who's to blame for the government shutdown next? Don't go away. RulerFoods.com. Save right now on delicious fresh produce, red or white seedless grapes. $1.49 a pound. Kroger frozen turkey, 10 to 20 pounds. Get it for your freezer. It's 99 cents a pound with a limit of 4. You can go secure your November turkey and save right now at Ruler Foods. Also, for all the baking that is ahead of you, you can save on Kroger 12-count eggs. Buy 2, get 1 free, a limit of 9. Avocados, 69 cents each as well. Delivery of these savings to your doorstep is always available when you visit rulerfoods.com. Whatever the savings are, particularly that week, or just in general, you can always save on Kroger brands that you'll find at Ruler Foods prices. Great quality products to stock your pantry, your refrigerator, your freezer, whatever you need, get them delivered directly to your door. You can shop smart, spend less, and save more with Ruler Foods delivery. All of these details and more, including the Ruler Foods closest to you, available at rulerfoods.com.
You've made our 25th anniversary something to remember.
That's right. We've celebrated these last few weeks along with you, both on the air and in person.
And we want to say thanks for making it happen.
This is St. Louis Conservative, 97.1 FM Talk.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Setting goals for your retirement is one thing, but knowing how to achieve those goals is another.
What are your wishes, hopes, and dreams? What's retirement look like for you? Because everybody, that picture is different.
For tips on building a better nest egg, listen to the All Financial Hour with Steve All, Saturday mornings at 6, here on 97.1 FM Talk.
You can also visit yourmoneymattersstl.com for more details.
Rooted in faith, grounded in family. We're back with more truth. This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. It is October 30th. Some of y'all are going to be trick-or-treating tonight. We will be. And then, of course, tomorrow being Halloween proper. I'm a big fan. We talk about this almost every year, I think. But I wish that we would observe Halloween on a weekend. And you could still celebrate the day that it is Halloween in whatever way you want to. But I wish that trick-or-treating was always like the Friday, Saturday before Halloween.
Well,
There's no reason not to do that,
this
in my
year's
opinion.
perfect. But would you support it making November 1st a holiday for that same reason? If you could just have it float wherever it was, but then you're off the next day?
November 1st is a holiday. It's All Saints Day. But I would just say trick or treat on the weekend before. People don't have to not work. It's not about not working. It's just about if you don't have to, if it's on a weekend, because not everybody gets the weekends off. I just feel like it would create a more fun party atmosphere.
I agree. I just can't find a
Easier to
reason
plan.
to say, yeah, we should have November off of schools mainly. I mean, just because kids stay up late. That's the main reason.
No, I don't think that there's any reason to have a day off where schools are not in session. I just think you do it on the weekend. You do it on a Friday night and a Saturday night. Trick or treat on a Friday night, Saturday night. You don't have to do that.
There's a comment that came in on our text stream, which is new. So you can text us at 314-241-9797 that says, I love it when November rolls around. Do you do a lot of fall stuff? Do you do October stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, do you do bonfires and hay rides and that kind of stuff?
I don't have time.
I love that stuff.
Back to trick-or-treating on the weekend before. I was commenting a little bit earlier about my son, who's 15 years old, going out with his buddies. They decided this year, Charlie has been willing to do the trick-or-treat thing for the family picture. He's basically been willing to do it for me and for his little sisters who want him to go along and have a good time. But he's not like all about it. He's not all about dressing up on his own. But his buddies, who maybe are a little more extroverted than he is, are like, let's go and let's dress up as like food. So one of them's dressing up as a pickle, one's dressing up as a hot dog, one's dressing up as a Hershey bar, and my son's like, I'm supposed to be mustard. I was like, okay. So Johnny Brock's, of course. I said, they have everything. They have mustard. And he dressed up last night at Trunk or Treat to take his little sister around like a very good brother should. Is there anything wrong, even if they weren't going with little siblings, is there anything wrong with 15-year-old boys dressed up in full costumes, trick-or-treating door to door on Halloween, asking for candy if they're in legit costumes?
No, 15, absolutely not.
What's the cutoff?
18.
If you're a student in high school.
Well, you mean like as long as you're in high school,
I mean,
it's
you
okay.
could be 18 and a senior, but
Yeah.
I think if you're if you're in high school or younger, then trick or treat.
I think the reason that high school kids get a bad rap for going around and trick-or-treating is because that's usually the kids that are up to no good in some way or another, but it doesn't mean they have to be.
I also don't think that kids are up to no good anymore. They're too lazy.
Hey, you're outside. Good for you.
Kate says not if they tell a joke. And I'm here to say, Kate, high five, fully support that. That is a Missouri thing.
Yes, it is.
Nobody in Illinois does the joke thing. It's like if you said that, if you were in Illinois and you were trick-or-treating, I think a lot of people in Missouri don't realize that. Like
No.
in Illinois, if somebody was like, tell a joke, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, it's not even
Completely
on
a
the
foreign
radar.
thing. Now in Missouri, I would say if that's a known thing, then you should be prepared to tell a joke.
I wonder where somebody comment on this, either live stream or the text. Is there a boundary to that? Is that just St. Louis? Or does that go out throughout the state? Does it go to Jeff City? I don't know the answer to that.
Is Southwestern Illinois the only place that doesn't do it?
Another good question.
Maybe we are like the whole where'd you go to high school thing? St. Louis, west of the Mississippi. Illinois people don't do that.
Although I've never heard anybody outside of this area talk about it. So that's what makes me think that it's just a St. Louis thing.
The joke thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm not I don't have a problem with it. It's just not something that occurs.
Yeah.
FR says there's no cutoff if you're doing it right. Doug says my 13-year-old is going as a video game character. My wife is making it. That's another thing. The days of homemade costumes they're not over, and maybe there could be a resurgence of it, but homemade costumes, like, did you have homemade costumes growing up?
Yes, I had I would say more than not, but we had some that we bought.
What was the best what was the best homemade costume you ever had?
It was Max Headroom when I was in the 80s.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, super specific. Max Headroom. My head was in a TV, and my head was made to look like Max Headroom. It was awesome.
What is he? I'm looking at him right now, and that when you said that, this is what I thought it was. But what's he from?
I think there was a TV show called Max Headroom, and he was on...
Fictional character played by Matt Frewer, advertised as, quote, the first computer-generated TV presenter.
Yeah, he was, I think, a Coca-Cola creation. And they used him in his
Catch
ads.
the Wave.
But then he was so popular, and it was so brief. It was like 1 year that he was super popular. They did a show. The show did okay, and then it went away.
Max was known for his biting commentary on a variety of topical issues, arrogant wit, stuttering, and pitch-shifting voice. It's just like you.
Yeah, but his stuttering was AI. He was the first AI
Are you Max Headroom?
person. I was in 1988. He would go, Like the Annie Fry show is about to end.
Which is supposed to make him sound like a computer,
Yes.
like a robot. That was the whole thing. When you say about to end, do you just mean for today or?
Permanently.
Oh, okay. Maybe I will dress up for Halloween this weekend. Join us tomorrow here. We'll be back in studio for a Halloween edition of sorts of the Annie Fry Show, whatever that means. The YouTube live chat poll: who gets the blame for the government shutdown? Anybody in here not Democrats?
No. I'm Democrat.
Democrat?
Democrat.
Ryan's Democrat. That's new. 79% of y'all said Democrats out of 250 votes. 8% said both parties. 7% of you said keep it shut, and 5% blame Republicans. Keep it here, The Mark Reardon Show on St. Louis FM Talk. Next. Don't go away.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Home Shield Foundation Repairs.com is the website. Call Matt Hayes at 314-227-9636 if you need that basement that keeps seeing water whenever the rain comes in. Get prolonged days back to back to back with rain, and you know that it's going to affect your basement. Well, it doesn't have to be the case any longer when you have Matt Hayes come out and look at the situation in your basement and figure out a customized solution for you. 314-227-9636. That's 314-227-9636. They begin with a comprehensive inspection of your basement. Based on the results of that inspection, they're going to design a customized waterproofing plan that addresses your home's unique challenges. Whether you need a full drain tile system, sump pump installation, additional protective measures, or solutions tailored to provide comprehensive and effective protection, all of those answers directly towards your basement from Matt Hayes. That's an investment that is a worthy one to make. Call 314-227-9636, HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help.